No, I mean,
Never.
well, check your phone.
Yo, you first of all, yeah, you know what's funny about what you just did right here? Yo, you know what's funny about this? So earlier today, right? I was on Instagram, and the Muppets have an official Instagram page and shit. And I was like, damn, what would be a funny joke, right? Is if I instead of calling SPJ a Muppet, I tag him in one of these Muppet posts.
That is funny.
And then he said,
that is funny. Wow.
Ass. With his ass.
That is funny.
What up, Jamie? Give her the beans. What's good? See my man SPJ over here eating stuff in his face.
Acai bowl, my guy.
You know, stuff in his face, as per usual. What's up, sis?
What up, sis?
we not doing. Oh, we not doing that. Oh, I thought we was doing that.
Oh,
Jaded one's in a building.
It's a celebration, bitch. Oh no, because it's snowing. Because it's snowing. That's what the fuck.
Fuck that. Oh, speaking of that,
this motherfucker.
You know. Oh, what's up? What's up? Oh, okay. All right. Discord. Got
what up, Jonathan? What up, Special Space?
What's up, Special Space? I was looking for this thing because it was actually.
Hey, Betty.
What's up, Betty? Happy birthday, by the way, Betty.
Happy birthday. This is the first time. This is the first time in a long time that Betty's not like first.
I know, right?
Big Mike.
Big Mike. Let's see.
Chilling, eating this good old acai bowl.
Stuff in his damn face.
Hey, it is what it is. You know what it was when you signed up for it. Absolutely.
Oh, Betty walking outside.
I can't do that right now, Betty.
No, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, because it's there are white things coming out.
Why are you not doing it? Is
it white things?
Is it entirely possible that it's like this? Is this what's hot in these streets right here?
I wouldn't say hot. It's actually the opposite word.
This what we doing? Is it? Look at this bullshit. Now, for some of you that live in the Midwest area and other areas where it's cold, really, really cold during the wintertime and a bunch of snow, this ain't no big deal. But for me, I hate all of this shit. All of it. And I thought or hoped we'd be done with this shit at least for the season. Nope.
Nah.
Guess who's back?
Yo, you are fucking
again.
I can't stand you. Jamie, now what is that exactly? Because the place that I got the acai bowl from, they had pitaya bowls, but I didn't know what the hell that was. So I was like, I ain't gonna hold you. I'm kind of scared. I was kind of scared to even check it out. Like, what is that?
Jonathan, you know what I'm talking about. Shit is trash.
Yeah.
It's absolute garbage.
It's not cool.
It really isn't. It really isn't. I don't like it. And you know what? I keep getting a message. Well, not a message, notification on my computer that it'll be stopping soon. I've seen that for the last 2 hours. It's still doing this dumb shit.
Oh, it's not sticking, is it?
No, not really. Just on the grass and maybe on some cars and stuff, right? But then the wind is crazy right now. The wind is crazy.
The wind woke me up this morning.
Oh, yo, I can imagine, because let me tell you something. Those apartments you live in, them goddamn walls, them windows are not sealed for sound.
Nah.
So
fuck, Mike?
6 inches on top of your car? Yo, that's trash.
That's ridiculous.
That is utter garbage.
But yeah, Midwest. So
yeah. I'm not happy about that. Meanwhile, my sister Cindy and my niece McKenna,
bruh,
on that good cruise.
Right.
They on that Ted Cruz.
No. Yeah, we are not
doing that. Oh, my fault.
No, we are not doing that.
I thought we was doing that.
Nah, dude. Nah, that's not the move.
My bad.
That is not doing
that.
Look, no, confused.
She Cindy hit me up this morning saying they're going to a private island, but hopefully they'll be able to stream the show. So if they pop in, that'll be dope. But it's a private island, so I'm not sure.
Might be a little bit spotty. No, I don't think it's Cancun.
I'm not sure, Jay. It's not Cancun. I'm not sure.
I don't think so. I can't remember exactly.
Did she just come from Mexico?
Yeah, she just came from Mexico. It might still be Mexico, but I don't know if it's Cancun.
What's up, Fabo? But see, here's the thing, right? Apparently, everybody's getting a slice of this. So my biological sister just came from a week in the Bahamas. Her and my cousins doing the damn thing.
Nassau?
And, yes. And she plotting to steal my mother away in October to go to Hawaii.
That's the good life.
Now, you know, I ain't gonna hit on my mom.
They were in the Cindy was in the Bahamas.
She's in the Bahamas. Okay.
Friday she was.
In an undisclosed location with Ted Cruz hides from accountability.
No, that's called life.
Yeah, every place he hiding from accountability.
Right.
So if she shows up on the show, that would be dope. Jamie said, I hear Epstein Island is up for grabs. No thanks.
Nigga, you about to go to Jamaica. Shut up.
What are you talking about, Fabo? You about to go to Jamaica?
Yeah.
What about me? See, that's that bull. What about me? Man.
Nigga's like hours away from going to Jamaica.
No, nigga, what about me? You saw, I just showed you listen, when Shotgun Suge be like, what's your life like? Right. I just showed you what my life was like. You saw that shit out there? It is corny.
Absolutely. It's the worst.
I ain't gonna hate on my mama getting her good Hawaiian vacation. She deserves it. She should be going to someplace like that.
No, two things can be true.
Yeah, but
you can hate and she can deserve it. What,
Vermin? Nah, I'm gonna tell you, real talk though. It's with good reason. It's been a long time.
Yeah, confirmed the destination is the Bahamas. She wasn't just there.
Okay.
The destination is the Bahamas.
Okay. Fabo said, "Oh no, that was for you, Toon. Your sister stealing you." Oh, that's me saying. I got you. Nah, man. Listen, it's been a while. Like I said, with good reason, since I heard my mom's as upbeat, right? And so that's a good thing. That's gives us something to look forward to. All of that. I'm just saying though, it would be nice. we had two planned for this year, but I don't think we're going to be able to do. We might get away with one, but I don't think we're going to be able to do both, and that sucks.
Nah, you'll do both.
And which one is more important? Is the second one.
Okay.
The second one is more important, man. The second one is more important. At least to me.
Yeah. I get it. I understand. What's understood don't gotta be said.
It's so fucking funny. I was
Nah, Mike, if you get this job, you gotta come to see us.
See, that's what I'm planning. If I get this job, work 9 months, then I'm taking yearly 3-month vacations.
You gotta come. Your first stop has to be to come see us.
That's facts, though. That's facts.
Shoot,
Man.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, that shit was a hilarious show. That shit was hilarious.
Maryland.
Close enough.
Actually, further. He went further down. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah,
Facts.
My cousins live in Ohio.
I may have. I don't know if I may have. I could swore
Actually, I have more family
in my mind. That's kind of crazy. Why Ohio?
Yeah.
Though?
That I don't know. My cousin. The reason my cousin settled on Ohio is because out of the choices that she had, she found out we actually had family in Ohio.
Gotcha.
I don't know why they're there,
Right.
but yeah,
I have family in Seattle. I have like an inordinate amount of family in Texas right now, which I don't know why that's the thing. I don't have I believe I have some family living in out in Cali, but they're not people that I'm close to or grew up with or know anything like that.
Oh yeah, I don't know nothing about them Ohio people.
Yeah.
Not a damn thing.
And allegedly, I'm supposed to have brother and sister.
Well,
in Germany.
That's kind of. I wouldn't be like that's not. It wouldn't be a shock.
No, it wouldn't be. My father was a military man. And
yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if that's the case. That's just what the scuttlebutt I've heard was.
Raymond Addy Addy has abandoned his post.
Basically, he's running from those geese. He's AWOL. They have a blockade on his house. Can't get through the door. He's trying to figure out a way, but those damn geese can be very stubborn. They carry a grudge. You know what I'm saying? And actually, he taking our heat, right? And Mike's.
Yeah.
Because the geese watch the show and they see us with their imagery, playing games with it, playing games with their name. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is what it is.
You know what I mean? And they feel away, but they can't get to.
Yeah, we don't really have to deal with them.
Can't get to us. One, where SBJ lives at, ain't no geese. I don't care how tough they are. They ain't going around there like that.
Nah, B.
They ain't come around there like that. With me, while I certainly don't live in a tough neighborhood anymore.
The townsfolk would run them out.
I got 15,000 cats in here. Like, bring it. Bring it.
I don't know. A murder duck could a gaggle of murder ducks.
Nigga, they gonna catch all them skippity paps.
That's fine.
I'm telling you.
But a gaggle?
I have literally heard
a gaggle, my guy,
screaming in my backyard.
Absolutely, yeah. But I'm fairly certain they were smaller birds.
Maybe so, but these cats, they gonna go at 5 of them.
Yeah, facts. No, listen,
gonna go in there.
I feel it's going to be a fight. I just don't know if it's going to be favorable for them.
Look, it's going to be a lot of hurt ass geese. It's going to be
absolutely. Oh, they're going to put work in.
Especially now. See, JB is a bit of a punk, I must say. However, he has attempted some bird hunting, and JB is a fat bastard. Like he's gonna bowl. Yeah, he's gonna bowl through a couple of. And Maya is a trash panda. So she's ass, yo. Look, let me tell you about this damn cat. Her head, she looks like a bowling pin.
That's funny.
She's not supposed to be as chubby as she is. You can tell by the size of her goddamn head, but she's always got her face in a bowl. And
the baby?
Yes. But she grown now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, she's bone structure wise a small cat. So that's why it looks ass, yo. And we've been talking about it around here and talking about her for a while, chubby ass. But it really was illustrated yesterday when she tried to jump in the same window that the child would always jump in. It didn't look good.
Didn't work out.
I mean, she got up there eventually, but yo, like Robert said, thick in these streets. Look. Yo, Tony Baker is the dumbest. Let me tell you something, man. Tony Baker makes my day most days. I will go on his Instagram, and if he's doing some of that
McKenna
shit, McKenna. So, okay. We just got finished talking about y'all.
Yep.
82 degrees. Look, see, she rubbing it in. You see that, right?
Yeah, again, I don't understand why you even.
She's like, no. It's got to be called out.
You
got to be called out.
Okay, I'm fine.
She had to give us a whole weather report. She was the whole weather report. Yeah, we saw the pictures. We saw the pictures. I hope y'all having a good time. Well, it looked like y'all are.
Yeah,
drinking and shit.
Facts.
But yeah,
D&D
Tony is king, bro. Tony kills me with them voiceover with them animals, yo. Like I put my daughter onto that, and you know he has a YouTube channel where he does these compilations. But you know other people that already took his shit, put up there and did compilations with it, right? My daughter spent a whole hour, 2 hours watching that shit on YouTube, just rolling, yo. Like the shit when the ducks and shit be walking, he's like, "This is who you came to see." We them dumb. Yo, he's dumb. He's dumb.
All facts. We're not gonna do what we did last week. Let's start the show.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, because last week we never actually even did the intro.
It was great. It was awesome. Gotta clear my throat. Make sure I get.
Oh God.
Also, get my take some deep breaths. Make sure my shit is right. Right
okay.
There.
Me. All right. Got your head, man. Start the show.
Do re mi fa. All right, got it. Welcome everyone to the Black Culture Geeks podcast. This is my man SPJ. And I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and we are just a couple of geeks talking about pop culture from a black perspective. Facts indeed. Now, listen, all the news that I've heard this week from loved ones, traveling, going to places warm, and what I wake up to this morning? Snow. Snow. And the wind out there is disrespectful. It is out and out disrespectful right now. It sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm a bit salty, you know what I'm saying, today. It's salty this morning about a lot of that. People looking at palm trees and crystal blue water. And the only water I'm looking at today is this right here.
Well, sure.
Look, Vermin said he woke up to a -3 real feel. That's crazy.
Yikes. That's disgusting.
That is crazy.
You should talk to your councilman.
At least your congressman.
Something.
Because that's somebody dropped the ball on that.
Right.
Just saying. So one of the things we're gonna do now that the show's officially started is officially give a happy birthday shout out to Biddy Love.
Yeah.
Thank you for always being on the show, being supportive. Typically the first person in the chat.
Even before the show starts.
Even before the show starts. Always handy with the links.
Yeah.
When we rank amateurs up here, forget to put that shit up there.
Bruh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta appreciate that.
Yeah.
Gotta appreciate that.
All facts.
And of course, yes, shout out to my sister Cindy and my niece McKenna on their cruise, having a good time over there, rubbing it in. That's okay. We understand.
Yeah.
Nice and warm, nice and toasty warm.
Yeah.
Take many pictures so we can at least live vicariously
Right.
for you guys. Also, you notice how I just slipped right into my week and shit.
Yeah, go ahead,
Don't
do that.
talk
Do that
about-
thing. Do that thing. What
so-
up, Kirsten?
What's up, Kristen? So remember when I told you guys about the t-shirts and the hoodies from Majestic Comics and how it was a absolute clusterfuck. Dark side injury, gooses. It was an absolute clusterfuck because of the supply chain and the Chinese holiday and all this other stuff, right? So that first batch of t-shirts and hoodies got lost. They couldn't find it. They couldn't track it. Didn't know where it was. All of that. So we had them redo the entire thing, but we ain't had to pay for it. Right.
That's the key.
That's the key because they
Major
lost
key.
it. We paid for the first one. We lost it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So that second batch. We wish we was there too, Cindy.
Bruh.
We wish we was there too.
I ain't gonna hold you.
So that second batch we had sent this time via air. Got here in a reasonable amount of time and got delivered in a reasonable amount of time. So we said, okay, we're good. We can get everybody's shirts, especially people that pre-ordered. We can get those out. And that's what we've been doing all week. Graydon has been shipping them out steadily. Turns out that first batch came in. The lost batch returns. You know what I'm saying? And that's a pretty dope thing because we kind of landed on our feet with that. Because I ain't gonna hold you. I was very disappointed that first run that turned out that way. Because I wanted you guys to get your shit, keep the excitement of this going, right?
Right.
Would have been dope. But we're already starting to get some of our first pictures of people who, and I'm gonna remind everybody here that got a shirt or a hoodie to do the same thing. When you get it,
Yeah,
you would be so kind. Take a picture of you wearing it and post it.
Yeah.
This helps bring about awareness of the comic book.
Posts and the tags.
Exactly. Posting tags. It gets awareness of it. And people will see it and be like, hey, what's that? And that's when you get them. Oh, this is from yeah. This is Majestic Comics. Yes, Kirsten, there is absolutely a bunch available. Oh, thank you, McKenna. Thank you. She sent her vacation pics on Discord. That's dope.
On Discord.
That's dope. You on Discord now?
It opens automatically when I restart the computer.
Ah, you got that. Okay. All right.
I mean, yeah.
Did you find it?
Hold up. No, I didn't. I see a pic, but it's not from her. I don't know where she put them though. Where you put them, McKenna?
Where you put them at, McKenna? You sent them in my inbox?
Bang.
Bang, bang. Well, yeah, in the Reaper Legion thing, that I see a picture of them when they was in Atlanta.
Word. Yeah, I still don't know how to use Discord.
Listen, don't feel bad because
here we go.
You found them?
Yeah.
Exactly, Vermin. Bust them over the head with E&E. Make them feel it.
Praising.
Oh, yeah.
Oh God. Anyway, continue.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Anyway, we have extra hoodies and T-shirts, and that's always a good thing. We're gonna, of course, do what we do, sell as many as we can, but what we have left over, of course, when we do a Comic-Con, hopefully this year, that can be used for extra stock with that. So, like I said, that's a good thing. That's an awesome thing that we wound up landing on our feet from that. The other thing, speaking of that, okay. Oh, I see. All right, I see it. Oh, hold up. Now, do I have y'all permission to share these right now? I'm just saying. Just saying. That's what I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna share these pictures up here so people can see what we don't have. You know what I'm saying? what we not doing right now. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Just saying. Look, this is what we not doing right now. Hold up. That's what we not doing right now. And you know, any place there's water, something's dope.
That is my life's mantra.
Facts. This what they doing.
Just follow the water.
Just follow the water. On a private damn island now, too. The other thing is to continue about the extropy and entropy thing. So you know we're knee deep in the production of issue 1. And man, y'all gonna this issue is going to be so goddamn crazy. So goddamn crazy. I mean, I'm talking action-packed from the beginning to the end. It's going to be crazy. And I'm looking at a lot of the water did look perfect. I'm looking at a lot of the early visuals that Joseph is doing. He's bringing it. And when we came up with this part of the story, I didn't know how he was going to handle it, but it's comic books, so it's super flexible. It's not like you spending money on special effects, but it is difficult, you know, especially when you had 2 rank amateurs at writing that shit. Okay, McKenna. You had 2 rank amateurs writing, which means not that we wouldn't know how to put together a good story, but describe it enough to give him some very needed hints, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
How to present it, you know what I'm saying? But he managed to get that issue 0 right, and that was amazing. And now with issue 1 coming up, I'm looking at some of the there are some key set pieces in there that I was legitimately concerned about how that was going to be represented. And then I saw it. Crazy. And mind you, Joseph was doing this while doing his day job. So he'll switch back and forth from the new computer to his tablet, knocking it down. So I'm like super excited about that. I don't have a date for when that's going to come out because, like I said, we're still knee deep in the production of the story is written, but the art has to be done. It has to be colored. It has to be lettered. And there's always some sort of thing that takes place in each one of those steps that causes us to have to redo some shit or do whatever, right? But man, and so the way we have it slated, right, is we're going to drop 4. Well, that's the funny thing about that, Henry. So Patreon is a weird place, right? Helpful, but weird. Because what I'm finding out is we're not the only ones having this experience. Right before the ending of every month, we lose patrons.
Yeah.
We lose patrons. And then what typically happens is something could go wrong with the card. It could be anything, right?
Yeah.
Now, those of them where it was a mistake or whatever the card, they fix it and they come back. Others, for whatever reason, they're not there anymore, right? So we still try to do the quest for 420 before 420. But right now, I think we're at 184. Yeah, 184. Oh, Vermin asked about physical copies of issue 0. Yeah, we're actually gonna do a Majestic Musings podcast about that very thing. All right, because there's a couple of things that we have to do that we're trying to do, and we're trying to be prepared for certain shit. So especially for any Comic Cons, we need stock. You know what I'm saying? And there's also different variants of the comic book that we want to talk with you guys about, because we saw some very, very interesting variants. But when we do the Majestic Musings podcast, I'll get into more detail about that. But yes, to answer your question, physical copies are going to be a thing. Absolutely. And we kind of have planned to do 4 issues for this year, simply because we are a small company and it takes us time to get this stuff done. You know what I'm saying? But each one, there will be physical copies for each one. That's the plan. And once again, like I said, we want to thank all of y'all for the support y'all have shown this project, and y'all continue support, because this part is the hard part. All of this whole beginning setup, the infrastructure, this is the hard part. Trying to get attention to the book, this is the hard part. And we have an interview coming up soon on a reasonably big YouTube channel. We're getting the logistics and all that stuff done now, but that should definitely help inflate our numbers and awareness to that shit. So I'm actually excited about that as well. I don't want to really go into too much detail about what it is. I just until we have it narrowed down, the date and all that shit narrowed down. But yeah, so we out here working. We definitely out here working. Fabo said facts. It's so many prepping now. I just received the email about submitting items to Artists Ally for Otakon. Wait a minute, is that that's coming in DC, right?
Yeah, I think it's in DC.
I've never been to one of those.
Yeah.
I've never been to one of those. But I know I have friends that have gone, post their pictures. New York. I've never gone specifically to that one, but I've been to Awesome Con that was in DC.
Right.
That was pretty dope. Matter of fact, I put Awesome Con up there with the regular Comic Cons that go across the country. Like Awesome Con is dope because they have big stars and stuff to show up there from the movies, TV shows, and the writers and artists and all that shit too. And it be packed. Boy, it was
right.
Well, it was packed. And a bunch of cosplay. One thing I noticed about the last Comic Con that you and I went to, we went there really just to shoot.
Yeah.
We were shooting a model there. And it wasn't as many cosplayers there.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely the case.
It's kind of weird. I don't know what that was, why that was the case that time, but I know my first time there, listen, it was an insane amount of cosplayers. So much so they did that
the wall, the steps.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And I like that. Now, this first Comic-Con we do, I probably won't be doing any cosplay there. I'll be focused on the business part of it. You know what I'm saying? But I'll have, of course, be repping the Majestic gear.
Yeah, of course.
Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Awesome and MomoCom. DC is stealing everything. Hey, man. Hey. That city is built for it. It's got a lot of very good hotels in that area down there. Like, they definitely, and then their subway system. The subway system is superb. You know, I hate giving them credit, but I hate giving them credit, but shit. Oh, Discord said Tampa Comic Con is decent. You know what's a horrible Comic Con? Yeah, I'm about to slander them right now. The Annapolis Comic Con. It is bad, B. We walked up in there, and it has the trappings before you go in there. They got the people on the outside of the door with the table and sign and get the little thing, and they got the little posters and all that. But when you walk in there, this was the lamest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yo.
Like, basically, this was you take some people who have some comics that they want to sell. And I don't mean the writers. I mean people that just have like the long boxes of comics, give them tables, have them sit in there. And I think there was really only one like author. I met one author in there who I'd never heard of before. He actually has a good book. He has a really good book, but it's a novel.
What up, Joe?
What up, Joe? It's a novel, not a comic book. You hear what I'm saying? So like, and he was cosplay. He was the only one cosplayed up. All these comic book people in here, he cosplayed up for his novel, his sci-fi novel.
Hey, if you ain't gonna do it, who will?
Right, him and his wife doing the damn thing. So I went over there and talked to him. I interviewed him.
Hey,
it's still on my Rebellion channel. I interviewed him, and actually, me and him got real cool.
Right,
got real cool. But it was lame. Fam, don't do it. Don't do it. Especially having it at the same place. Man, I was. And after I interviewed, talked to him, we left because literally, when you walk in, by the time you go to the back to see all the tables, and you bend the corner and you see him, that's it.
That's funny.
That's it. You know, when we did the Baltimore Comic Con, it's mad places. Be, look, walk to, see this, see that. They had the panels where motherfuckers was up there, the writers up there speaking and talking and all this stuff. It was crazy. It was crazy. Mad places to be. As a matter of fact, that last one we went to, where we took the pictures of the model, we really didn't even go in. We stayed out in the lobby area and went up to the top where they had the little terrace part, took pictures and shit up there. It's mad place. It was the Annapolis Comic Con, Joe. Annapolis, terrible. It was terrible, horrible. The terrible, horrible, no good Comic Con.
Okay.
Bad, bro. I was mad. I was disappointed. We had that whole day carved out. I said, shit, I'm gonna go up here and get some content, and I did, but I couldn't do the. You know, I like to do the montage. Of what? What the fuck? Like, that shit was bad, man.
Yo said that
it was nothing for me to
There was nothing to do.
Yo, like my first two montages, I feel like a dope, right? So I had the different cosplayers, my interactions with them, the little, interviews. At that particular one, I had a bunch of kids with me. I had my daughter, my son, and all of his friends, a lot of his friends and shit, right? And I had them doing the slow motion badass walk. Listen, I had a bunch of shit. I had the one where all of us was there, right? Me, you, and Keith and shit was there. I had the establishing shot of the convention center, had the dope music in the background. Come on, man.
Facts.
I could not. There was what? Nothing interesting there for real. So, but yeah, anyway.
I'm picking on a little guy, man.
Hey, man, but the little guy gotta get better. Listen, he need this. He needs some talking to. Yeah, he needs to talk to. Get better. Do something. Like hire some. He could hire some clowns.
Okay.
Something.
All right. Okay. All right.
But anyway, what happened? What happened your week?
I hired some clowns. That's So Eddie told me always start with the worst thing.
Is that what Eddie told you?
Yeah,
Wow.
that's what Eddie told me. So one of my coworkers passed.
Oh man.
Bruh. So I want to say Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Went to work. No, hold up. Was it Monday? I can't remember. Yeah, so Friday, she was at work. Same fine.
Right.
No issues. Monday, come in. My one coworker was like, yeah, such and such called out today. I don't know what we're going to do, blah, blah, blah. Because, her department isn't particularly well staffed as it is. She a little short right now. Well, prior, she was already short. And she was like, yeah, she called out. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll get through it. It's just one. Actually, it's not just one day because she was supposed to be off the next day anyway. So she was already scheduled off for Tuesday. Right. She called out Monday. So I leave the main office around 11 o'clock most days, every day except for Wednesday. Wednesday, I stay in the main office all day, but this is a Monday. So I leave out. I'm doing my rounds. I get to the last spot, my last spot. I walk in. One of the ladies at this location, she like, oh man, James, we just heard. That's crazy. I'm sorry to hear that. What are you talking about?
You didn't even know what she was talking about.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about? She was like, she said her name. I'm like, what about her?
Damn.
My homegirl at this point realized
you did not know
that I didn't know what was going on. So she tried to change the subject. The lady is like, yeah, such and such, she passed.
Oh man.
I'm like, what? Like, really? So everybody has things about work or how they make money or their business that they whatever that they don't like.
Facts.
Right? Like I said, even people their own companies, there are things about multi-world that I don't like. But it's sad. Sadly, the situation reminds me of why I brought up what I said last week about jobs caring about you. See, there was a reason. Because of what we were talking about, and somebody might have said something, it kind of like threw me off. So I forgot to bring up the reason why I was actually thinking about that.
Right.
That meme that always goes around talking about if you die, your job will replace you the next day. Mm-hmm. It's really unreasonable to expect a job to not search for a replacement for somebody that is a contributing factor to whatever the process is, even immediately.
Yeah.
Even immediately. The world has changed. The world has started, society, I should say. Mm-hmm. Society has changed. Society has started to be more sensitive. And when I say sensitive, I don't mean the
pejorative.
Yeah, I'm not talking about snowflakes. I'm talking about like being like an instrument, the sensitivity of an instrument.
Right.
So society has become more sensitive, and I feel like not even on purpose. I think it's just human nature. Some of us tend to take advantage of that sometimes.
Oh, absolutely.
And we go too far with it.
Yeah, I think one of the things that meme initially started out as a way to tell people your life is your life. Do not put all of your life into this job.
I feel like that was why it started.
Yeah, that's why it started.
But it's been co-opted.
But it's like you said, people take shit. People take
like Joe says, the more essential that the deceased is, the more essential it is to replace them swiftly.
Absolutely.
It's how it works. It wouldn't be wrong if the company showed extra amount of compassion, sure. But it's also not wrong for them to just handle business.
Right.
Neither of those scenarios is wrong. Now, you may take it away, particularly depending on your perspective, depending on
And how long the
close
person
you are,
worked there and all of
right?
that.
All that other stuff. So my coworker that's my close friend, she is the head of that department. So she had to have a meeting with the floor because this person has been down there since before I've been down there. I didn't honestly never knew how old she was.
Mm-hmm.
She was 65. I was like, what? Like, you wouldn't have known she was 65. There was no way.
Right.
But and then the suddenness of it, it was like it's that thing where, like, particularly us, particularly the older of us, you ain't gonna know nothing wrong.
Nope.
You ain't never gonna know nothing wrong.
Nope.
For all I know, there could have been an issue that she was dealing with. No idea. She never showed it.
And never complained.
Never complained.
My dad had cancer in his brain, cancer in his lungs, cancer in his bones. And we only knew about it once it had deteriorated him to the point where he was definitely about to leave.
Right.
That's when we knew. Right.
Yeah. And I ain't gonna lie, like that happened Monday. This entire week has been off.
That's crazy. I bet
for that. Like, because ignorant, like, you can only be logical to the extent that you have the information. With blind spots, it leads to you wandering or making things up in your head and extrapolating and all that good shit. So I this entire week I was like,
that's crazy, yo.
That's crazy. Like, what is going on? Like,
what is life
tomorrow? Yeah, right. Like tomorrow, it could just be done. Like,
and that, I think that's the lesson in all of that, right?
Yeah.
The fact of the matter is that it can be.
Yeah.
It can be gone. All the plans that you made to do this and to do that, you made with other people. And I mean, listen, it's one of these things where you can't shame people for making plans about expecting to be here.
Right.
Because that's how we cope. That's how humans cope. I saw this video the other day that was talking about it's a certain psychological condition that only occurs to people who have seen the Earth from orbit, and contrast it with the vastness of what's out there. Right. They get this thing where it's like, oh nah, like, this all we got. We don't have nothing. Like, this is how humans would, if we didn't have these coping mechanisms. That's probably how we would think about just our existence.
Oh, yeah. The insignificance, the existential dread, all that. Yes. Oh, yeah. Without question. Question. And eventually, if enough time passes, I'll get back. Like, I'll move closer back to normal.
Yeah,
because that's just how it works.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But she was having a meeting with the floor. Because, a long-time employee passes, the company puts out, information for, like, our insurance, for, like, help, psychological help, shrinks, basically. They put out the information for shrinks and whatnot, and one of the ladies that was close to the one that passed had a fit, like, flipped out. I'm a big girl. I don't need to talk to nobody. And it's like,
nah, really?
That's not, number one, that's not how that works.
Yeah, and it's also not true. That response.
Yes. Right. That shows that you probably need to talk to somebody.
Yeah, you'll talk to somebody.
Yeah. But and then, like, it seems as if, because I didn't get the whole story, because she wouldn't have told me, nor did I want to, like, they were closer to her than I am.
Right.
So this wasn't something that I needed to be privy to. She just told me basically the overall feeling was like, yo, the company's wilding, because basically they told her, go ahead and clean her desk out. And it's like, you have to understand. I get.
All right, so here's the thing. She should. I know it's gonna be hard, but she should want to be the one to clean the desk out.
No, not her. The supervisor.
Oh,
they were upset because it was so soon.
Listen,
in reality, it kind of wasn't. That's really just your feelings of grief. That's really all that is. Yeah. It was almost an entire week. Again, in the position that she was in, at different times during the time that I've been down there, that has been a 3-person job.
Right.
With her passing, there's only one person there doing it.
Right. Right.
No, this is not something that we can just let linger. Like, there are certain things that you can do. Like, for instance, the one that's in charge, she said, whenever somebody gets hired, they're not sitting in that seat.
Yeah.
Because there's another open desk.
Right. They go sit over there.
They're going to go to that desk.
Right.
There are things that you can do, but we got bills.
Yeah.
That company pays our bills.
Right.
In order for that company to pay our bills, the show must
go on.
It must. And it's not
I don't think she would want it.
That part. There's no scenario in which she would be like, all right, I'm going. Everybody stop making money.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's just not realistic.
Yeah, I don't believe that at all.
It's not realistic. So, like, I could never say this to these people because listen.
Take the time for that. Yo.
You got myriad of reasons. Number one is not the time. Number two, I'm not the voice.
Right.
Because you cool.
Right.
You are cool. What you not going to do though? You're not about to come at me sideways.
No, I feel you.
So I mitigate that. There's no reason for me to even say anything about it. It's just that it's interesting observing both sides of it, like knowing that the grieving process is a thing that's absolutely real and it's necessary, but at the same time,
and it's also not necessarily rational.
Right. There's nothing about grieving that is rational,
and we shouldn't have an expectation.
No,
and like rational, it's not.
It's a good thing that the I don't want to say most affected, but the people that seemed to be closest to her aren't the ones that are making decisions.
Yeah. Because you kind of need that.
You need that distance.
That whole process, is ass. When I noticed it with my brother and with my dad, right? So when these things take place, there's the insurance shit you got to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta book the thing for the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta let people know what the fuck's happening. It's a whole thing. And the people that are typically people look at to be responsible for that shit are the very people who are suffering the most because of the passing of the other person. It's just one of the things. That's why I gotta definitely shout out my sister, because she handled a lot of stuff. And my cousin Robert, like rocks, you know what I'm saying? Going through it, feeling it, but they steady, because that's one of the other than of course the person actually not being here anymore.
Of course,
having to deal with that entire red tape of that process
while
you're dealing with that, it's a lot.
It's a lot. It's hard to do both. It's really hard to do both effectively.
Yeah.
Because if you're stuck in the logistics of things, then it's not really easy to effectively grieve.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're stuck in the grief of things, it's really not easy to effectively take care of business.
And what about the people that don't have anybody else to do?
You ain't got no choice. Yeah.
They got to do
it.
Yeah.
That's how I felt for my mother when each of my grandparents passed. Like, both times, it's like this is not a shot at my family. It just is what it is. My mother generally tends to be the one to take care of things. Like, it just is. Even though she got a bunch of brothers and sisters, it's just how it is.
Right.
She happens to be the one to take care of things. So when each of them passed, and when my uncle Dexter passed.
Mm-hmm.
The people at the hospital with him when he passed, me, my mother, and his two children.
Right.
And it's like, again, it's not. I don't know. I have the idea of saying something objectively, knowing that people apply connotations to certain things. That's always weird for me to navigate, because it's like it is never my intention. No, let me rephrase that. If ever you are confused as to if my intention is to offend or not, my intention is not to offend.
Yeah.
If I intend to offend, you will know.
You'll know.
Yeah.
You'll know.
I'm not indirect with that type of thing. But yeah, so that was a crazy thing. Moving on to something a lot less heavy. So I'm fussing. I'm fussing again. All right, so one of the locations had a problem burning photos to a disk. Oh, that was the other thing. That was the last thing. I'm the craziest bar of all of this. You know why she was off Tuesday?
Why is that?
A funeral.
That's crazy, yo.
Like several
crazy bar.
Several. It wasn't seven. Several of their family members have passed recently. Like, and the thing about it is, as of when I was told about it, nobody knew why. Like, her husband wasn't sure why. Right. Now, I'm not sure if this is true. I heard this, through the grapevine. I'm not sure if this is true, but the story goes, she wasn't feeling good. She called out throughout the day, because we got the news around like 1 or so. Apparently, she wasn't feeling good. Her husband was on the phone with somebody. He was tending to her. He got the phone call. He answered the phone call. When the phone call was over, she was gone.
God damn.
Right.
God damn.
I'm like, yo, that's wild. But moving forward. Fussing. One of the locations had a problem burning photos to a disk.
To do what?
Burning photos to a disk.
Well, that's in your warehouse right there too. So what's the problem?
First of all, Will. You said where?
I said warehouse. Yes.
No, warehouse. No,
it is in your warehouse.
Shut up. So the manager tells me that their DVD drive wasn't opening. So you develop a shorthand when you do things for a certain amount of time. It's just how it goes. It's human nature. I'm not about to go fuck. What? Okay, whatever. So I'm not about to go fuck around with this goddamn machine. It's just not crazy. I know. Shut up. That one worked better. So I'm like, all right. I'm not about to go do that. Let me go ahead and order this portable joint. So I ordered it for them immediately. Lady that does our ordering told me she doesn't do orders every day, which was a shock to me because literally in the entire time that she's been doing this job, how many years? I don't ever recall ordering something and she doesn't do it that day, ever. But for some reason, this particular time, she's like, "Yeah, I don't do orders every day." The fuck? What? All right, whatever. So right now shipping ain't quite as dependable as it normally is.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Due to several factors. So in total, between waiting for the drive to be ordered, waiting for it to arrive, and just things that pop up at work, that may take priority, I finally made it out to fix the problem about 2 weeks later. So I show up with the drive, and he's like, "What's this for?" I told him, I said, "Such and such said you was having an issue with the DVD drive." He said, "No, my drive opens."
Really?
I'm like, huh? What do you mean?
So why?
I'm like, such and such told me that the drive wouldn't open.
Yeah.
You're like, nah.
Drive open fine.
Open it up.
And it drive open.
Yeah, just open up. I'm like, so what's the issue? He like, I just can't get him to burn to the disk. It turned out being user error. But
of course.
But I told him, bruh, why didn't you just call me?
Yeah.
He has my number. This particular person was one of my supervisors when I was still working on the maintenance side of things.
Oh,
you have my number.
Call you. Wow. Fuck with you like that.
That's bullshit. Listen, that's my man's. That's my man's. And I'm like, why you didn't just call me? He like, she said she was gonna call you. I said, yeah, she did, but she told me the wrong information. Oh. I would have been out here to fix it.
He didn't assume she would though.
Like, no, clearly not. There's obviously you don't expect your manager. That's funny because that's we're gonna get to that. You don't expect your manager to screw up like that, but it is what it is. And I'm like, yo, I could have. It's been 2 weeks. I could have fixed it that day,
right?
Because there was no actual issue. You just you just need to be brushed up on your whatever. Anyway, so I got a couple screenshots.
Oh shit!
I got a couple receipts.
Nigga with the receipts.
I mean, look, it's a fact of life at this point. Death, taxes, Eddie not listening, and me having receipts. It's just what happens. It's just what happens.
I wish I had a consistent thing.
Assness.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not really that consistent with.
Yo! I saw this today. This wasn't even necessarily meant for the show, but fuck it, we're here. It's one of the screenshots. So there's this apparently this open mic competition. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you about people getting the fuck over. So it's an event. Mm-hmm. It's open for the public. Mm-hmm. Will be recorded. Mm-hmm. It's a $25 deposit to lock in your spot. It's a competition. It's a $25 deposit to lock in your spot. $100 total for entry. What's the grand prize, you ask?
What is the grand prize, SPJ?
$200.
See, all right. So I have to kind of get on my soapbox a little bit here. As somebody that has been an active artist for 40 years and gone through all the stages of the local performance thing, dealing with these promoters and all of that, I gotta say, there is a cottage industry out there, several actually, that are all feeding off of the hopes and dreams of these artists. And it's absurdly criminal. That situation you're talking about right here, you know how many times I've seen that? If it ain't that, it's the putting the carrot on the stick thing. Oh, yeah. A&R could be in the building. If they don't give you a name of the A&R motherfucker in the building, chances are he won't be. I've been a part of it. I did I have a short legacy series on my Tombstone the Dead Man channel where I talk about an incident where the promoter, this was all about getting money in his pocket. And look, I get it. You throw in these shows, and if done right, these are useful for young artists. Very useful, right? But because it gives them a chance to learn how to perform, practice performing in front of people.
Sure.
All of that's dope. But the way a lot of these people do this shit, it's just a money grab. That's all it is. And even with these contests, I've been in situations where they already knew who they was going to choose to win in the first place. Didn't matter your level of talent, what you brought to the table, how well you rocked that crowd. None of that mattered. They already knew who was going to win because they had some deal in the first place with somebody's manager or agent or representation or whatever. And they split in money. Your money, the money you paid to get your ass up in there to perform on stage because you got a dream.
$1 in the dream.
Yeah,
well, in this case, $100 in the dream.
$100 in the dream. Everything from the headshots, especially in 2022. Especially in 2022. These motherfuckers is getting over to make your bios.
Bro.
All of that. They getting over.
That math ain't mathing right.
It's not.
So you telling me I gotta pay you $100 and the prize is only $200? What is? Don't get me wrong. If what I had to do was different, that flip is acceptable.
Yeah.
But this is supposed to be a competition. Let's just say 10 people go.
Right.
So you saying to me that you deserve to keep 800 of that pot, and the winner of the competition only gets 200?
I'm gonna tell you what they'll tell you. Nigga, we booked the venue.
Sure.
Nigga, we paid for the DJ or the sound guy to come in. So you gonna take that?
Hold up. Here's the biggest thing I need to determine if this is complete bullshit or just some bullshit.
Just some bullshit, right.
Are you selling tickets? That's what I need to know. I don't think. Let me see.
You know how a lot of these motherfuckers do this shit? In order for you to perform, you have to sell at least 10 tickets.
Right. Let me see. Does it say anything about tickets?
Because see, that's their way of trying to ensure that there are actually people at this event.
It doesn't say anything about tickets. So I don't know if it's a ticketed event or not. But if it's not, then okay, it's just some bullshit. Because it's still bullshit.
I'm about to say it's still bullshit because if you're not selling tickets, are you doing any promotion for the event to get people in the door?
Right.
See, and this is the other thing that I find I've dealt with before. Their promotion is shitty. So they're not helping you as much as you think, right? Because if you're saying that, at least I get to go up here and get this performance off in front of these people and get my chops, you know what I'm saying? Like figure out how to do this shit. But then there's hardly nobody in there. Or if the only people in there are the people that you personally brought in there,
Right.
that's not really helping you a lot. And I've seen that shit too.
Right.
Nigga, I have heard of cases of motherfuckers selling the prerequisite amount of tickets to be able to perform. And then all those people do come, but when the people they want to see perform, they leave. So that as you go further on to the show, whoever's going on last towards the end of the show, they don't even hardly have a crowd out there for real.
Right. Which fucks everything up.
Fucks everything up.
Yeah.
Fucks everything up.
I need people to do better.
Listen, they won't.
I need people to want to do better.
There was a club called Club International. I actually want to show you guys this hole in the wall, so you'll really truly understand my pain, because you don't.
Discord said, "Fuck all that noise, though. Keep the pot at least 51%." Listen, if 10 people go in, $500 is a decent prize.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at 500 out of 1,000.
Right. Come on, yo. I had that picture because I actually used it before, and now I can't find it. This was a hole in the wall in West Baltimore, right? With this gaudy ass name, Club International. Nigga, no. Nigga, no. And we went in there, but I got to give them their props, because they didn't go in there.
The International Compendium of Third World Countries.
Listen, the International Compendium of Banana Republics, right? Yo, but they didn't go in there making no lofty promises to people. This was open mic, kinda, sorta, because you typically open mic, they open the shit up. You go in there, whatever. That was allowed, but they also had people come in previously to book a performance in there, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot of people in there, but it was a small place, so it was easy for them to pack, right? And
right.
At the very least, I felt like what I got out of it was close to home. Right?
Sure.
So I didn't have a long way to travel to get there.
Can't beat that.
And I got to perform these songs to see how they would sound on loudspeaker and all of that other shit. However, at least these people didn't sell you a ticket scam dream where they didn't do that. Right, and they got money off the bar. People come in. It's a bar. They get the money from the bar. All right. I ain't even mad at that.
No.
Some of them other ones I didn't been part of. Nah, B.
Yo said $200 prize. The fuck? Why? What made you think that was a good idea?
And yo, mind you, that's a $200 in 2022.
Right.
$200 in 2022 is not $200 in 1992.
Nah,
there's
B.
a difference. That ain't shit.
$200 in 2022 ain't $200 in 2008.
Right, facts. Like that ain't shit. That ain't shit.
Fuck this.
Y'all gotta stop. Before you move on, y'all gotta stop doing it. Promoters, listen.
It's not gonna happen.
Y'all gotta stop.
They really do.
Because that shit is corny. And also what I'm not hearing from any of you anymore. It's not happening. I've done it in the past, but I've been doing this shit for too long. All right. If you hit me with another do it for exposure shit again, I'm gonna spin kick your eyebrows off. Get out of my fucking face with that do it for exposure shit.
That's funny.
You got budget for all that other shit.
Facts.
Factor mine in too.
Facts. All facts. All right. So another screenshot situation. Some random guy on Twitter. One of the good things about Twitter, and bad things depending on your
I've
perspective.
been on Twitter a lot more lately because it's
Bruh,
easy
listen,
access to
the algorithm is different.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, you get to see who you want to fucking see.
Yeah, and there's always a refresh. Like there's always somebody else on that.
Yeah. Absolutely. Fucking Facebook, you can be friends with somebody for 7 years and never see any of their posts.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's crazy. But anyway, some random dude. I'm a provider type nigga. So I love to be a trick when I actually like a chick. So I love when a girl I really like asks me for something or money or help. Let me show you. I've been practicing for this moment my entire life, baby. How much you need? So let me read. Wait, it gets so much better. Let me read some of these comments from some of these women. We need more men like you. Let me see.
In their defense, though, hold up. In the women's defense, motherfucker talking about they gonna give you some shit. You gonna take some shit.
Wait. No,
Wait.
What you like to eat? I cook. I like this. #energy.
Fab, like, stop.
I hope you have an amazing day today. Let me see.
Now, that face is necessary. That's commentary.
But wait. There's more. Somebody after pretty much all of these comments, somebody was like, so after we need movement like you, comment right under it. You might want to read his bio. Then another person, the one that put #energy, somebody under her said, y'all don't read bios, I see.
No, they don't.
Somebody else, I hope you have an amazing day today. Somebody under her, you might want to check out his pinned tweet. So let me read you this bio. Rule number 1, all my tweets are lies or lyrics. Even ones that don't rhyme. Rule number 2, a retweet is not an endorsement. Rule number 3, I'll listen to your song /mixtape. His pinned tweet, read my bio. So here goes somebody after they found out that they got thrown for a loop. Man, I don't care if it's a lyric or whatever. It's men out here who still adhere to this.
You know what's the great thing about no longer being out there?
I hate you for
them streets. No longer for them streets. Right?
I hate your guts for it.
That the dumbest shit.
Every day, I do this little ritual because in order to control my disdain for you and your situation. Every day, every single day, doesn't fail. That's the corner right there. Nigga. That's the corner right there. No, listen, I go in that corner every single day. I make sure, when a couple weeks ago when I was staying at the Airbnb, the next morning I came home. in that corner, perform my ritual every day.
It's so
bro.
bad.
When we was in Myrtle Beach, every other day I drove back.
Bullshit. That's in his cap.
All right.
14 years, nigga.
Next screenshot.
Not having to listen to this dumbass
nigga. Listen, I'm not even gonna touch the subject matter. I'm just put out there for y'all to hear, for your listening enjoyment. Next screenshot. I hate stupid people. And unfortunately, some of my people on my Facebook friends list are stupid people. It just is what it is.
Some of the people on the show are stupid people.
Well, I mean, listen.
It's stupid.
That's neither here. That's neither here nor there. Right. That's neither here nor there.
And then they're stupid.
Why are you sharing this fucking post? She shared this post. Post says it's a picture of a little boy.
What did it say? What did it say?
It's a picture of a little boy with his hand on the gas pump, and the gas pump is inside of the gas tank of a car, and he's like his head does not reach the top of the gas pump that he's holding. He's that small, that short. He's probably 4. Real shit. He's probably 4. This is what the caption says.
I pity the fool.
This morning, my baby said, "Ma, let me pump your gas. You'll never need a man as long as you got me. I'm your man. I'm all you need. I love you, and I promise to be better than what was taught to me. Hear me when I say you won't need a man for nothing." You're fucking stupid.
Yo,
why would you share? There's no way this little 4-year-old boy said that shit.
Yo, that in itself, those accounts have become a meme.
Yes.
In of themselves.
Right.
Like, first of all, who the fuck you think you fooling?
No. Yes. The person shared it. We got proof positive. The person shared the fucking post. Proof positive, my guy.
How much more I bet that was a joke meme post?
I'm fairly certain the original was.
And they ain't get it.
She did not get it.
And they didn't get it.
She put a heart in everything. This conversation never happened, woman.
I'm about to do something that I've told myself and others not to do. And that's to ask this dumbass question. Is this what we are? Is this what we are? Like all years of evolution to get to this point now. Is this what we are?
Absolutely.
Are we LOL, LMAO, STFU, Hardy mode? This is what we are?
Technically STFU. Yeah.
Like,
it's always an option.
Geez.
It's always an option.
She
should have exercised this option.
They
never exercised.
They never exercised the option.
She should have exercised this option. There's no reason for you to share this.
Y'all might notice. Who have been following me on Facebook for a lot of years, that I don't post nearly as much stuff as I used to. You know why? Because I be practicing the option to shut the fuck up.
Facts.
A lot more than that. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Same with my page.
Hard for me to tell other motherfuckers to shut the fuck up. If
I don't do it. Right. You gotta practice what you preach.
Yeah, you got to.
No. Here's the thing. Why are you so stupid? No, legitimate question. Why are you so stupid? There is no. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I would not have believed that you would believe that this was a real thing.
It is, though.
Why do you think that this was real?
It is. It's very
that
real.
Little boy. I wish I could show you the picture. Matter of fact, hold on.
They believe it, bro.
They
do.
This is fucking ridiculous.
I gotta look up something real fast, because this is the other thing I hate when people do. I need to find out.
I absolutely have to send this to my other Facebook so I can show y'all what this little boy looked like. Cause nigga.
Interesting.
There's no way this little boy is older than 4.
Yeah, this is a lot of people. So according to this, Finances Online review for business, number of Twitter users, 2022, 2023, demographics, breakdowns, predictions. Twitter has some 330 million monthly active users. If you really want to be dissuaded from any ideas that humanity is this thing that is super special and that we are not risen apes, if you really don't want to accept that we are risen apes, go on Twitter and scroll. Just not even an hour.
Let me read this again. Let me read it again. Let me read it again, just in case y'all didn't catch it the first time. This morning, my baby said, "Ma, let me pump your gas. You'll never need a man as long as you got me. I'm your man. I'm all you need. I love you, and I promise to be better than what was taught to me. Hear me when I say you won't need a man for nothing." What up, Bowflex? This picture on the screen is supposed to be the person who said this, unprovoked.
Yo, I'm going to argue that even if provoked, he wouldn't have said it. He's 4. So maybe a better question is not, is this what we are? Maybe a better question is this what we doing?
Clearly.
This what we doing?
We have the answer. Clearly, it's what we're doing. It's what happened.
It's what's for dinner. Apparently. Like, look,
I mean, maybe he symbolically said it in
his
opinion by his actions.
His hand ain't even on that trigger for real.
Yeah, he's not even actually pumping gas. This was a staged picture.
This is cap.
Yo, and I don't feel like doing this, but I bet if I searched the profile of the person who posted this, there's not one other picture of this little boy. She probably found this picture somewhere. And made up a caption for the shits and giggles, for the jokes.
This girl said, I mean, maybe he symbolically said it to her, said it in her opinion by his actions.
Bruh.
That's some poetic ass answers. Actions right there. I'll tell you that. Yo,
like, what are we doing?
I see one of the things that I it's hard, man. Like, because I like to eat. It's no big secret.
No shit.
Shit like this has the ability to both sicken me and also have me laughing so hard. My stomach hurts. You know what I'm saying? Both of these scenarios prevent any actual digestion from taking place. So it's really painful. Listen, y'all. Some people have said over the years that I was a little hard on the beaver. Speaking about humans, that my go-to response that people are trash is overly judgmental. It's a sweeping generalization. And I hear that critique. I hear it. I see it. And I raise you this picture.
Yo, that's the other thing. I don't know if it says that at this particular pump, but you know how much danger you're putting that child in?
Yeah, that's a good point.
The only thing I can imagine is the person who took this picture was on E. They had not paid for gas yet.
Yeah.
So, the pump's not on. And they took this picture. Because you know how much danger you would be putting your child in to allow how terrible of a human being you would have to be to allow your 4-year-old to pump your gas?
Nigga, they say you're not even supposed to have your cell phone ring
right
while you up there doing that shit, and you got your little kid up there. All it takes is some spill some of it,
and you clearly have your cell phone because you took a picture.
Yeah, like this is just I don't know, B. Like I really feel like I keep seeing examples. I'm gonna get a class example of another reason why I refuse to not make a sweeping generalization about humans being trash, because I'm me and I'm trash.
Sure,
I'm just recyclable.
I can attest
so shut up. So if I'm trash. I acknowledge that.
No.
And then I see y'all.
Yeah. Okay.
Your behavior on a regular basis. I'm like, come on, B. Y'all doing shit I don't do, and I'm trash. So come on, like I don't know, man. I just don't know, bro.
I'm sorry. I gotta do the research. I gotta find this person's page.
You won't, because that person doesn't really exist.
No, listen. I'm not saying that it's not a fake page, but I'm looking because I gotta find this. I gotta find this. Here we go. Ah, oh, here we go. Okay. All right. So I'm looking at this person's photos. Oh no, hold on.
Facts though.
Yo, no, no,
Facts.
yo. I realized that your plight is oft a quandary, made increasingly more dire by the tyranny of the patriarchy. However, I say, fear not, for I will pick up this gas pump 4 times my size and avenge the plight that you have dredged for my betterment.
Oh
My
my
2-year-old son said this word for word.
Yo, listen.
Yo,
Listen.
yo, this little boy, she does have more pictures of this little boy.
Listen.
Okay. She also has a picture where she's bent over and has her arm between her legs, and her middle finger up is what's covering her ass crack. So
Wow.
so this might actually be a real post.
Wow.
She might not have done this for a joke. She might think,
Wow.
well, you know what's crazy? I was about to try to insult her and say she might think people will actually believe this, but clearly, fuck.
Listen, it didn't happen.
No, it happened.
She staged that picture.
No, I'm not talking about that part.
Oh.
I'm saying she posted it and at least one person thought it was true. Yo, I gotta show this. Yo, somebody. Look what somebody posted. Yo. In response to her post,
Her ridiculous.
This gives me hope for humanity. In response to her post.
Mind your business, Napalm.
Damn it.
That's ass.
I hate when that happens. In response to her post, somebody posted this.
Wow, yo. Wow.
Yo.
Wow.
That's hilarious.
Wow.
That's hilarious. All right, let me see. I'm curious now. Oh, okay. So his caption, the dude that posted this, his caption is, "This morning my baby said, 'Ma, let me pump your gas. You'll never." Oh, he repeated the same thing, and then he said, "Yo, I cried. That made my day." And then his reaction is, "Ain't no way that boy said all that."
Yo, what? See, that should be killing me, man. Like, they be having these kids, they make up these whole soliloquies that these kids out here saying. These kids out here monologuing like a villain and shit. These motherfucking kids out here reading Shakespeare and shit at 3.5 years old.
Nigga,
this little
fuck
nigga,
out my face.
He ain't even tied shoes. You know he ain't tied shoes in that picture.
Nigga, ain't no way he tied those buttons up.
Come on, man. Stop
Lying ass motherfucker.
Stop it.
Where's the original post? I want to see some of the comments because she said, "Y'all made my day." With what? Like jokes? Because clearly, I'm really interested now. I never even considered looking at the person's page because I just assumed, like you did, that they were a joke account.
Right. But apparently that's not the case.
No. Let me see. I give myself 5, 4, 3. Okay, found it. Is this what we doing?
Yes.
All right, so here are some of the comments. Here's some of the comments.
They just a joke with an account.
Here's some of the comments. Somebody said, that man ain't say that.
With your lying ass.
Somebody said, girl, you gotta be stopped. And her response was, get you a son, Pooh. And somebody responded to her and said, why? So she can take a pic of him at the stove cooking, saying the same BS you said your son said?
Old Captain American ass. That ain't capping, yo. Like, get yourself a son. I have a son. Yo, my son is 26. He has never said anything like that.
All right, so
this
is what happened. So now I can't tell you which one is true. One of two things, and you know which one I'm leaning towards. Either she saw the reaction that she was getting and decided to say, "Oh, I was joking, y'all," or she was joking from the jump. I tend to believe that she saw the reaction and decided to go with, "Oh yeah, I was joking."
Nigga.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me look at the order because Facebook fucking does it weird. Yeah. Ha! Thank you for once. Somebody, the latest person to comment on it said, "Where the fuck is CPS when clearly they are needed? Letting that poor kid smell all those toxic ass fumes, getting them on his hands, bro. These little girls do anything for likes. It's sad. I hope someone reports her to CPS. Let me send that a like." That's the first like that I've sent on this profile in over a year.
It's ridiculous.
It deserved it. It deserved it. What the fuck?
Jeez.
Somebody else says you may want to take this down before child services come to your door. Somebody else. Girl, he definitely did not say that, boo. It was funny, but definitely realize he can't heal your wounds from what other men did. Seek help.
Immediately.
Somebody else said that little boy is not your man, Amber.
Why they gotta be Amber though?
Somebody else said, yeah, you don't need a man for nothing, and you also don't need to force your son to be your man. Somebody else, Amber lonely as hell to be doing all this.
I'm just saying.
And here comes some dumbass. So y'all can't take a joke? You guys for real? More Amber, we can't help it if they have no sense of humor and pour out toxicity. What?
All right. Okay. So hear me out. It's that person right there. The enabler.
Mm-hmm.
They will get out here and make themselves a bullet shield for somebody who's rightfully getting bullet shot at them.
Right. Yo, Paul said old Charlie Clips like I lied. Look at that.
Right.
Facts.
Like I'm gonna need them to take several goddamn seats, yo. Like,
stadium filled with
a stadium full of seats, yo. Like, come on, man. And here comes somebody. Yo, I swear that person. I see that person a lot. The one that tries to swoop in to save the
White Knight syndrome.
Fuck up.
White Knight out here.
They're getting with their hand call for. You know why? Because they had the option. Shut the fuck up and not post that.
Always. You always have that option. Exercise your right to shut the fuck up. Anyway, so the creme de la creme of my screen. I was on a tear this week with screenshots. The creme de la creme.
Everybody always try to be Luke Cage.
Bruh, that's funny.
It's motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill.
It's a little, this one's a little hurtful because the last one was bad because I know the person who shared it. This one's a little bad because I know the person. This isn't a shared post. This is her post. So anybody out there, I'm not going to wait for an answer, but anybody out there watch the show Euphoria. She says, shows like Euphoria make me sad. It's a whole high school And yet I can't see representation of teens that weren't overly sexualized,
Not this again.
had a sense of morals, weren't doing drugs, and whose self-value wasn't completely dependent on another person. Sorry to break the dirty, creepy fantasy, but not all teens were this vapid. So when I had seen it, my first thought was, I haven't had a good argument on social media in a while.
This nigga is ridiculous.
I'm sorry. I'm a hyena. I can't change it. I can't change it. I tend to not do it as much as I used to because some of them don't be worth it. But at least this was something about some entertainment. So I was like, all right, it's not that heavy of a, it's not that heavy of a, it's not somebody talking about black on black crime. Right. Nothing dumb like that. So we can engage in this. We can engage in this and I won't feel drained after the interaction. So I came in light. I think you might.
Before you do that, we need to set the tone. We definitely had to set the tone for what you're about to do right now because, as a matter of fact, this is how we probably should. We're gonna dress it up a little better, but these segments when you're doing the hyena shit, we need. All right, let's go.
So I came in light. I'm like, I think you may be extrapolating a bit. LOL. I threw the LOL on there because
right.
This is my people's. Like this is one of my favorite long-term Facebook friends.
Right.
So I'm not trying to get snippy. I want the conversation. Yeah. I do want the conversation, but I don't want it to be snippy.
Right.
I said, I think you may be extrapolating a bit. LOL. She said, are you willing to elaborate?
Why did you do? Hold up. Hold up. And at that moment, you knew you fucked up. At that very moment. Listen, it's a couple things you don't do, right? One, you don't stand on Superman's cape, wipe your feet on it, and when he turns around, you say, fuck you gonna do about it? Number two, in a situation like this, you do not ask SBJ to elaborate. That is the equivalent of putting your chin out like this going, I wish a motherfucker would. Yeah.
So I say, of course. First, how much of the show have you watched? She said, I'm halfway through season 1. I'm on episode 7. So I went, hold up. I went too far out. Okay. So I said, I don't want to spoil anything, but I can see why someone would come away with this thought. But the show focused on basically 5 friends. Five friends.
How many?
5.
Well, you know what? In her defense, I went to a school with only 5.
I can see why somebody would come away with this thought, but the show focuses on basically 5 friends and their experiences in high school. The show doesn't really give evidence that the entire high school are sex-crazed drug addicts.
Y'all actually had 5 friends when y'all was in high school that fit this mold.
Right. Actually, there are very few characters depicted as heavy drug users. And the main character, Rue, played by Zendaya, she's a fucking beast, who is the biggest drug addict, is damn near asexual. I can see where what the show shows could lead someone to the conclusion that you've reached, but it's not a show about the entire school. And you'll see other things from other teens in the show if you continue to watch. She says, as long as the show eventually shows some diversity of teen thought. I'm so sick of these shows that are reinforcing such negative stereotypes of the youth. It's not enough that parents assume. It's not enough.
Focused on 5 people. How?
It's really focused on five people and the way that other people affect them. Like that's really.
Hold up, before you continue with this brilliant breakdown. So what you're saying is, what she's basically arguing for is for there to be shows about kids who eat their vitamins and their vegetables. Because the reason I'm at and do their homework, they come over, they do homework. It's a whole episode where they do their homework. Like, the reason I'm asking that is that we typically watch these programs for things that are exciting, things that, while we may not be doing any of that stuff, it feels like an insight in the life of someone doing something that's completely different than us. Go, wow, that's crazy. They're doing that shit.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. So arguing for them to expend a whole shit ton of time, even if they was to include that with these 5, what would those scenes be like? Mom, I don't care what you say. I'm still doing my homework.
Right.
Whoa, Mr. John. I don't mean to be disrespectful to my elders, but you dropped that trash right there on the sidewalk, and I think you should pick it up.
Yo. Oh God.
I'm trying to figure out, like, we watch this stuff for this. Both like said it, escapism, right? Right. This is why we watch it. And truth be told, if it was a program of 5 nice kids, all doing nice things, doing their homework, pressing their clothes, not begging for Xbox,
talk about it,
billion at Christmas, and
it would be
they spent Christmas Eve at the homeless shelter feeding people on the soup line.
Yeah, it would be a 1960s superhero show.
Listen,
that's what it would be.
Would not watch it, yo. They wouldn't watch it.
Right.
They wouldn't watch it.
She says, I'm so sick of these shows that are reinforcing such negative stereotypes of the youth. It's not enough that parents assume the worst of kids. We have to have these shows that reinforce it. Some of us were nerds just trying to mind our business and survive until college while battling the unearned paranoia of a parent.
Ogma is ass.
Watch these teens study for the SATs, receive an average score, and go to community college. Yo, she goes on to say, by highlighting these 5 kids and each of them exemplifying the same absence of morality, there's no diversity. Thus far, I'd agree with you. Rue has legitimate medical issues, and so this wouldn't apply to her. But you mean not one of the others has a life outside of this toxic culture?
It's 5 of them.
I'm hoping Lexi doesn't devolve into the same trope. Now, here's the thing. The reason that this last sentence, I'm hoping Lexi doesn't devolve into this same trope. Lexi isn't one of the 5. Lexi is the character that she's asking for. Like, legitimately.
That's crazy.
Past the point that she's at, there is something that happens.
Yeah.
But
at where she's at now,
she's the person that you're asking. Okay, so I respond. I said, I would argue if that's what you're looking for, this is not the show for you.
Right.
Diversity is subjective. It depends on your perspective and how specific or general you set your categories.
And what
for example, you lump these characters under the same absence of morality, but that's kind of surface level. Right. They each have their own issues and ways they react to things. But if you broadly define diversity by whether they fit your moral compass or not, then you might want to stop watching now, because certain things absolutely get worse. To depict a show about a once very close group of teenage friends and completely leave out such a big thing as peer pressure would be disingenuous. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. Peer pressure absolutely doesn't affect everyone the same. Some are largely immune to it. I think if you are to get into the show, if you care to get into the show and watch it for what it is, you would probably enjoy it more. And this goes back to the point I was making last fucking week. When you decide to partake in a piece of media, you can feel however you want about it. That is absolutely your prerogative as a fan. However, it would likely be way more enjoyable to you if you took it for what it is instead of what you want it to be. But anyway, I digress. So that's basically of that back and forth. But here, someone says, and I think this might be the I've read posts from this person before, and this might be the same girl that called her out on another post that she made. She says, I haven't watched it, but from what I've heard about it, it's very much like my old high school and a few others I know. I think it does a good job of showing parents to keep an eye out for behaviors that your kid might be demonstrating that's not typical teenage behavior. That's often what they think it is, and it's too late once they realize otherwise. Oh God, hold up.
I feel like these are things that are lost on people when they make these critiques, that not everybody is watching this program as a tutorial.
Right.
Matter of fact, I would argue that most people aren't.
I'm about to say the vast majority are not
watching that as a tutorial.
Nah, B. So she responds to that. She says, that's precisely what I was afraid of. This show reinforces all the negative teenage stereotypes. That breaks my heart because the good kids that are just nerds fight this every day and are often trampled by their parents' paranoia.
Again.
So the girl claps back. Is it reinforcing or is it shedding light? Some parents have no idea what their kids are going through or exposed to until it's too late. This show will help them identify the signs. For your information, most of the nerds are the main ones under the influence, and I'm telling you this as a nerd. She says, I'm a nerd. I wasn't on drugs or having sex. I went to parties for sure, but this show is saturated with a very narrow and negative view of teens. Sure, there are kids that did this, but I knew and know kids that don't. So anecdotal. They don't make an appearance here at all, which is not true because, again, you already referenced Lexi.
Right.
I suppose that's not scandalous enough. This only makes it harder for the ones who aren't doing this to pay.
No, it don't. Stop.
Here's the thing. If you are an adult with high school age children, these are juniors and seniors, I believe. I think all five of them are either juniors or seniors, or maybe they're sophomores and juniors, but whatever. If you're an adult with children that old, you should not be watching television as your way to learn how to parent.
But how does it?
That's not how that works. The vast
majority of kids that would watch that show too are not watching it as a tutorial either.
Nah, I would argue
the right reason.
I'm not sure how many kids. Like, sure, it gets through because but
kids like adult shit.
Yeah, absolutely. But HBO Max has parental controls.
Yeah,
like it's not. I'm not saying that. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that no kids watch the show at all. I'm not making. Yeah, I'm not making that point. But the point that I am making is, I can't imagine. The show does a good job of showing the negative side of all of these things. This is not a show that glorifies drug use, glorifies over-sexualization,
right, I know
glorifies any of these.
In other words, it shows the consequences.
Bruh.
Bullshit.
There was a scene where two people were, a guy and a girl were in a relationship. They started having sex. The guy realizes that he's bi. He starts messing around with his best friend, his male best friend. The night that he decides to mess around with his male best friend, his girlfriend calls him and says, I'm pregnant. Immediate consequence. Literally, like, immediate consequence. There's another scenario. Rue has been to rehab. She's been in the hospital. She's lost friends. She's lost immediate consequences. Like, this is not a scenario. This isn't Breaking Bad, right? This isn't a scenario where Walter keeps getting away. No, there are consequences to the things that. But anyway, she says, show saturated with very narrow and negative view of teens. But sure, there are kids that did this, but I knew and know kids that don't. They don't make an appearance here at all. I suppose that's not scandalous enough. This only makes it harder for those who are not doing this to pay for the notion that they are. And while it may help some parents, it's feeding enough distrust and paranoia to be equally harmful to the family dynamic. The girl claps back. That's you.
Yes. Somebody said it.
You have a habit of censoring your opinions of your own experiences, and it's flawed. I was a nerd, honors, AP student, and in multiple groups. And I can tell you, it's real as real can get. I'd rather be shown an ugly reality than a flowery potential,
That's
especially in a city like Las Vegas, where the high school kids aspire to be pimps and strippers.
Yeah.
There are shows out there on Disney and Nickelodeon that capture the flowers and rainbows that you want. This is for those who want to see reality that's more common. Look at the age group of overdoses. A 13-year-old overdosed last year in Vegas. For you to not think this is common reality is unfortunate.
And that's you putting yourself in a bubble, in a bubble of delusion.
Her response, yeah, you're not reading what I'm saying. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm saying in a show about teens, there's no diversity of thought. It's all sex and drugs. And the realest thing you can ever do is speak your own opinion from your experience. The fakest thing you can do ever is to pretend your experience is the only one.
Yo, I'm gonna ask you a question. Have you ever been a teen?
Yeah,
I was too.
it's a little cloudy, but I think so.
Like the hypersexualized stuff,
Bruh,
that kind of comes with the.
My first sexual experience, I believe I was either 12 or 13. You think that just stopped?
Yeah. like we got to keep it real. She wants to keep it real. Let's keep it real,
right?
Like especially with boys. I can speak
Bruh,
voice, right?
Nigga,
Yo, my mom was on it. On it.
Yo,
on it.
Hold up. The reason that I used peer pressure was because one of the girls, when the show starts, is a virgin. She's well, actually, Lexi might be a virgin too. I don't remember. But one of the other girls is a virgin. And the rest of the other two girls that are still close are peer pressuring her to not be a virgin.
Right.
That's not something that happens when you're a teenager. Like, come the fuck on. So,
yo, not some nigga. What? See, this is the Pollyanna. She's trying to, in my opinion, make this. She's trying to alter what
facts, Paul.
Is. You know what I'm saying? Now she's not. Look,
yeah, that's a fact.
She's trying to alter what reality actually is to fit this. This was already fake anyway. 1950s paradigm, which was fake.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, it was fake anyway. That's not the reality. Like, yo, if they're talking about how much better, worse things are now, right? Particularly in society in general, with kids, specifically in this conversation, I always tell people,
wasn't Grease about high schoolers?
Yes, it was.
Oh.
Like I said, bro, like it's been like some of these people are seeing the past with rose-colored glasses. I went to school during the 70s and the 80s, and nigga. Like, fuck out of here, man.
Wasn't Crooklyn placed in the 80s? Weren't most of the characters
all of those
weren't they kids and
all of Meatballs?
Yeah.
All of those movies where they start those teen movies with the hypersexuals in them was back then. They started shit back then.
American Pie, that was in the 90s. Yeah.
Come on, bro. Come on. Like, nah, we're not
I'm
doing
just
that. You're not doing it.
Okay. So the last clap back from her is the show is titled Euphoria because it focuses on the temporary feeling
weird science, right?
Because it focuses on the temporary feeling one may have while on drugs. The focus is teenagers addicted to drugs, not teenagers in high school. Hence the lack of attention to other high schoolers, and that's okay. A show can use a demographic to focus on only one issue they face. I like that it highlights reality for teenagers in a way that people like to have a blind eye towards. Before I get to this last part.
Anybody watch The Breakfast Club?
Bruh.
It was in 85.
Bruh. And she keeps talking about diversity. She keeps talking about diversity. Again, it depends on how you choose to define diversity because there are black characters, there are white characters, there are Hispanic characters, there are straight characters, there are gay characters, there are bi characters, there is a trans character, there are a bunch of different characters.
Yo, like she actually what she's actually asking for is not as diverse as she think.
Right.
She's asking for druggies, non-sexies, druggies and sexies,
right,
non-druggies,
right.
non-sexies.
She's asking for something that's binary. That's not a
That's
diverse.
that's not diverse. That's not
Yeah.
diverse.
Yo, and here's the funniest bar of the entire thread.
Of the battle.
Bruh. Somebody
Ball
came
tonight.
on here and said, girl, what? I feel like this is an invasion of the body snatchers because you must not be the same girl that I went to school with.
Don't do it. Don't do that.
You must not be the same girl that I went to school with. Oh.
Wow. So now the truth is ugly hair. So all this capping about you was a nerd with this, that, and the third.
So she said, I sure am. I partied for sure, but I wasn't having sex in the bathroom stalls, maxing out my parents' credit cards or snorting crack.
Well, now I know for a fact she wasn't snorting crack. Because you don't snort crack. So I know for a fact that was she's not talking about that. She's not talking about that.
But now the girl never went into detail. My assumption is because I've had back and forth with her before, and she'll go to the inbox quickly. So my assumption is
she's going to the inbox.
She went to the inbox because there were no more. This was 2 days ago. And there were no more comments on this. But yeah, yo, like I feel like
that's crazy.
You. It's unfortunate. Now, based on that last comment, I feel a little different about this now. But the conclusion that I came to before I read that one was it's unfortunate that your parents accused you of things that you weren't doing. It's very, very unfortunate. But something happening to you does not equal it being a huge experience that a lot of people like you. It is like we tend to push the narrative, and I get it. We tend to push the narrative. You're not special. This isn't something that just happens to you. No, it's a possibility that you're in the very low minority of something that happens. That's how chance works.
Yeah,
somebody has to be
something.
Yes, somebody has to be in the minority.
Yeah.
You may happen to be the one this time. So I again, this flawed idea that parents watching the show will browbeat their kids more.
I've never seen it. I mean, from my personal experience, I've never seen something that my parents may have been watching on the TV show, and then all of a sudden brought us this heat. Like, I personally have not seen that. As a matter of fact, especially in the environments that we grew up in, it's more likely that the parents are busting their asses and not paying as much attention to the kids. That's more.
And they're not thinking this hard about this fucking TV show. If they get a chance to watch TV, it's like I said last week. They turning their brain off. They're enjoying it.
Right. And again, and apologies to my mom. My mom bust her ass.
Mm-hmm.
And there were times when me and my brother took advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Where we were out in the streets doing stuff, right? And I'm sure, I know, especially at least with me, for a period of time, I was doing things she wouldn't expect me to do. People busy, like adults be busy.
Hey, my mother was a single mother. Yeah, it was only me, but
Napalm.
Once I got
Napalm, check your pothole.
My mother was
shut your banana holster.
Who had bought a house by the time that I was in middle school, and that's when I came and lived with her.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that translates into her not being around all the time?
No, that
she worked for the fucking city. She was a dispatcher. She does 12s on 12s. She does 4 days on, 4 days off, and 12 morning shifts, 2 12 evening shifts, and then 4 days off.
Yo,
You don't think?
Yeah, come on, B.
Come on, B.
My mom was a nursing assistant for most of my
Bruh.
teenage years.
Come on. It is not the parents that do it. Like realistically, from our type of background, it's the parent not being there. They do what they can.
That's a fact.
They do what they can. They do what they can to instill whatever they can. They get close to with neighbors so that neighbors can potentially look out for you and all that other good. That's the whole takes a village thing. That all that. I happen to be fortunate enough that literally my family, my aunt and my cousins lived literally. You turn 2 corners, and that's where they live.
Yeah,
literally.
I had a similar thing. My aunt Betty and them lived a few blocks up. My aunt and them,
So like I said, like you, I took advantage doing things that I wasn't supposed to do. Mainly having females in the house. I ain't gonna hold you. That was the main thing. Yeah, that was the main thing. But that's the point is, until she. I told the story on here before. I think I told it on here about how I was in a situation where I was about to have sex but didn't, and my mother found evidence and believed that I had sex.
Had it, right,
so until that point, she thought I was until that. Actually, the funny thing about it is, at that point, I was a virgin.
We both lived in the village. Now,
well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of it is what happened. I lived there until I was in middle school.
And nigga, you spent a lot,
and then I moved back.
I know Napalm ain't talking shit because he spent a huge percentage of the time in Sandtown,
and that's where I moved to. So the outskirts. I was really in Baltimore and Gilmore, but still,
Sandtown ass niggas. Go tell me talking trash.
I was almost a Harlem Park kid.
You almost a Harlem Park?
Yeah, I was almost a Harlem Park kid.
Shit.
But yeah, like it's.
You know what? And I'm glad you brought a lot of this up too, because once again, like I said, as an adult now, looking back on how difficult I must have made things, right? That I do owe my mom's an apology. Oh, and to the old guy up the street, that not Mr. Brown, the other guy, Mr. Scott, who I threatened that if he say anything else about my family, I'd kill him. I just got to say now, as a 52-year-old man, I'm not taking it back. Keep my family name out your mouth. Out of here. Fuck out of here.
I don't like you.
Fuck him. Fuck him.
I don't like you.
Know what I'm saying?
I really don't like you. But yeah, like I'm not one of those people that's like, all right, don't judge people. No, judge people. Fuck people.
Everything. Everybody.
Yeah, judge people.
But I don't think you can stop the initial.
Yeah, right.
Reflex. Now,
right. It's what you do afterwards.
It's what you do afterwards and how you analyze it afterwards, right? But the initial, everybody does that shit.
Yes. Like, but you don't. let's not do this brow. This is what it looks like to me. This looked like a modified form of browbeating,
like
a modified form of respectability politics.
That's what it is, bro. That's what it is.
And she probably doesn't realize that.
No,
because I've had conversations. You know, like I said, it's one of my favorite long-term Facebook friends. So we've had conversations about these type of things. Yeah, she doesn't realize. She probably don't. She probably don't see that side of it because in her mind, if you deconstruct what she's talking about, the part that she's focused in on is this positive image. Yeah.
So she feels like as long as that positive image is at the core of her overall point, she's saying something positive. But no, in fact, in my opinion, you're not.
Right.
You're overly putting the onus on the TV show about 5 kids to be the representation of all kids everywhere. And I got to tell you, you're lacking nuance because there may be kids that don't do everything that they are doing.
Yeah.
But there are kids that are reasonably good kids that are doing some of the things.
Absolutely.
You know,
without question. Like, come on, B. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
There's no reason. There's no reason. There's legitimately no reason. And then she was a little further than I expected her to be at episode 7. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'll give you that. But I feel like this is something that's been on your chest for a while. So like when you go in something with expectations, it colors the way you see it.
It does. And you know what this is too? It's very similar to what we say all the time. But sometimes people will get on a thread and they have a conversation.
Yes,
nothing to do with it.
Yes,
and they find some way to shoehorn that shit into that thread. Like, yo, I hear you obviously have a conversation you've been having with yourself,
right?
That you want to have, and you're trying to find a way to insert it here.
Get off your soapbox.
You're reaching.
You're
really reaching.
I have the conch. You have to let me talk. Like, no, like, okay, we get it. The floor is yours. Go ahead, get that off your chest.
And
like, come on,
it's just the funniest thing to me because, like I said, it's hard. It's always been hard to be a kid,
bruh.
I don't give a fuck what era of time you're talking about. It's always been hard to be a kid because you got to scale it to the environment and the time.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the idea that kids weren't going through a lot of these challenges, that it was so many of them that wasn't at least with some, like, no, you're not going to find a complete one-to-one every time with every kid and everything that these 5 kids are experiencing in the show, but there's at least some part of what they are experiencing that they are. And if the kid themselves isn't doing it, they got friends that's doing it. So they seeing it for it and they worried about their friend. So it's like, it's a whole thing. And I think the focus on it and make it just this binary positive images versus negative images,
right,
is really it's not serving that source material well. It's not to me, it's not an accurate, like, I can't
it's
really
reductive as fuck.
It's reductive as fuck. And I can't go to you about analysis of fiction and shows and shit like that, because you have this very myopic like viewpoint when it comes to, you know, one thing, we don't do that as much on the show like we used to when we started out. That's one thing me and SBJ do a lot, where we deconstruct fiction, shows and shit like that amongst each other. We talk like, you see this? Yeah, I saw it. And then we get into the nuts and bolts of what we thought worked, what we thought didn't work, what any subtext that was there that they wanted us to find. You had to find some subtext or some shit. We do that shit a lot. So because I'm spoiled, right, that I have somebody else to be able to have that with, when I see people with these shallow analysis,
bro,
like, are you watching this?
Yeah, like, are you actually paying attention?
Once again, mind your business, Napalm.
I mean, he not wrong.
Shoosh. Napalm, mind your business.
But we do be asked though.
Look, first of all, I would just like to say that I am not the one that is denying that there are times when SBJ is ass. What I'm saying is Napalm should mind his business.
Oh, I don't like it here. I don't like it here. I do not like it here.
All I'm saying is, some of y'all, I don't know how y'all watch.
She was wilding with that take though.
That's a crazy
She
bar.
was wilding. It's a
like
crazy bar.
I would love to, like, you're missing layers.
That's
the thing. You're missing layers.
Like, she lives in Florida. I would have loved to be in a situation where, like, hey, can we talk about, like, can we actually have this conversation? Because, like, yeah, texting, you know, you lose stuff sometimes talking through text.
And not exactly, Napalm. And not only do you lose it with that, it's like there's an audience.
Yeah. Yes.
So,
yes. Absolutely. I might not get your you know what I mean? Like, I might not get your true reactions to the things that I'm saying.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Facts, Mike. An onion missing layers is not a good onion. I mean, I would argue that no onion is a good onion.
I was about to say.
Anyway, moving on to this Let me just play it.
Mm.
I'll go ahead and throw this on.
All right. Do me a favor, man. Come this way. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Change down my back. Okay. Got it. Got it. Is there any reason y'all doing this, bro? Give me 1 second.
Good job, guys. Good job, guys.
This is embarrassing,
Bruh.
What's the problem? I need everybody's name. I need everybody's name. You know what I'm saying? I need to find out who made that call in there.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I
It
mean?
came from the bank.
Yeah.
Came from the
I need to
bank.
find out who made the
That's
call.
fine. That's fine. You have all right to do so.
Yeah. I got.
But
Can I speak to a manager in an office somewhere? Have you ever considered doing
I'm
something
gonna
like that?
consider it now that y'all
Okay.
fucking drew guns on me.
Yeah.
I was trying to take money out. But up to this point, at every Bank of America I ever gone to in my entire fucking life, just never happened.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
I understand.
So y'all explaining y'all perspective, right?
Yeah.
Y'all the ones with guns and vests.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
What's my perspective? What's my perspective?
I know you
At the bank, she never said it was a fucking problem, bro.
Yeah.
I said, hey, is that gonna be okay with you? She said, yeah. I put my own card in, put my own pin in. She asked to see my ID. I gave it to her.
Yeah.
And she goes in the back, and I'm waiting for the and then the people keep coming out. Hey, they taking care of you. They taking care of you. Everything's it's taking a little while. Next thing I hear fucking Glocks.
Yeah.
I hear Glocks getting pulled out. That's what I hear.
you're a Glock.
I hear Glocks getting pulled out from unholstering. Hey, sir, can I talk to you for a minute?
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So you see my perspective.
this shit is embarrassing. Like this shit here had me tight, B.
All right. So for backstory, some of you may not know. The person in the video is Ryan Coogler. Who is Ryan Coogler? Some of you may ask. Ryan Coogler is an extremely successful movie director.
Oh, whoa, stop. Because even with that, I feel you're underselling it.
I was going to continue.
Okay.
So movies like Fruitvale Station, movies like
What's that one he
let me
did?
see, Rocky. I mean, not Rocky. Creed 2.
Creed 2. But no, it was
Well,
another
movies.
It was a little obscure.
Hold
Artsy
on. Let me look it up.
What's the name of it?
Wait, no. Hold on. I gotta look it up.
Yeah, my memory is just.
It's
I don't
movies. Career. Let me see.
Yeah, look in the wiki. Maybe it's in the wiki.
That's what I'm trying to.
The
Oh, he produced for Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yeah,
No, that's not it. That's not it.
It's another one.
He produced Space Jam: A New Legacy. No, but that's not. So hold on.
I don't remember the name.
So he directed Creed 1. He executive produced Creed 2,
Yeah.
and he was a producer on Creed 3.
Right.
But no, that's not.
These ain't the ones.
He executive produced for Homeroom 2020. That's still not.
It was about a cat.
Oh, Black Panther. Director, writer of all of these movies. That he's direct Fruitvale, Creed, Black Panther, and then the Black Panther that's coming out. Director, writer, and his production credits that I've read, and his executive production credits that I've read.
Upcoming director of a whole bunch of Wakandan stuff on Disney Plus.
That's a fact. That's a fact as well. So yeah, that's who he is. So what happened is he's in Atlanta and he goes to a Bank of America. Now, for those who don't know him at all, or have just only heard his name, one of my favorite things about Ryan Coogler is also something that this country has trained me to dislike, is his speech. He does not have a media
and he does not
button. Yeah. He does not have a media button.
No.
The issue also, another reason why I like it outside of him being unapologetically himself, is that it seems to be a bit of anxiety as well. And I can relate to that. When you listen to him speak in some of these media things, you'll see from time to time he stutters, he stumbles.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, I believe that's, a little bit of anxiety, because when you hear him speak and he's not doing the media thing, he doesn't tend to stutter or stumble.
Right.
No, he still has his inflections as they are. He's a black guy from the Bay. Like,
from straight up Oaktown.
Right. So anyway, he goes into the Bank of America, and mind you, we're still in the middle of I won't say middle, but we're still in a pandemic.
Yeah, we are.
That's still going on,
despite the fact that the media has moved on with something they can deem more important, which, by the way, is what they always do. This is
every
not
single time.
conspiracy.
Yeah, it's not new.
Every time.
Yeah, every time. But yeah, we're still in there. We're still dealing with that.
Yeah.
So he has a mask on. In the video, you can see it may or may not be, but it looks kind of like a N95 mask.
Right.
Yeah, he does. He also has a lisp. That's true. So he walks up with his hat on. If you look at the video, you'll see that he does not have his hoodie up.
Nope.
I want to be clear about that part. Just like I haven't seen anybody say that. Just want to be clear about it.
You want to be in before somebody.
Yeah, he was not that. His face was not that obscured.
Right.
He didn't have his hoodie.
It was regularly, and like you said, in the pandemic.
In a pandemic,
that's regular. If I walk,
that's regular.
When I go into the buildings and I gotta wear mask and I have Scully on. That's regular.
That's normal. Now I'd be walking around with my hoodie on.
I do too, but I'm just saying when I go in the building, I come out.
Right. Facts. So he goes up to the bank teller. He has a note. Now, mind you, I've seen this part. People are ragging on, oh, you gave the bank teller a note. Here's the thing.
Read the note.
It's similar to the conversation that I was just having about the young lady on Facebook. Stop letting Hollywood influence what you think is real life.
Or your shorthand. Because that's what's going on.
Oh, exactly.
No, what did the note say?
Right. Now, here's the thing about the note. I can't even give the teller the excuse of using the note as shorthand again because she was there.
Yeah.
The people that weren't there, I'll allow your ignorance for that, because that is a common thing in Hollywood. If a person gives a note to the bank teller, they're probably robbing the bank. Okay, cool. I understand that. You're still wrong, but I get it.
Yeah.
So he hands her a note. The note says something to the effect of, I don't know exactly what it said. It says something to the effect of, I would like to make a withdrawal for $12,000. I would also like you to count the money elsewhere. I would like to be discreet about this.
All right. So just as an experience, like when I was robbing banks all up and down the Wild West, back in the Wild West days, if
with Billy the Kid
and them, if we gave them a note, the note didn't say that. The note didn't say that. If you don't want to catch one of the biggest, slowest bullets in the history of ballistics in the middle of your forehead,
right?
You'll go over to the bank, to the vault, to empty out the drawers, slide them to me, and you won't get hurt.
Ah, that's a bar. But that's not what this note said.
That's not what that note said. That note, you know what that note read like? And had he not been what and who he was, they'd have took it as a wealthy person about to get a withdrawal from the bank and wanted to be discreet because they didn't want a bunch of people seeing him with a bunch of money because you can get jammed up.
Okay. Now, mind you, no, that's just normal. This is extra. Right now, in Atlanta,
Oh my
They
goodness.
robbing
They
niggas.
robbing the shit out of people down
They
there.
robbing niggas right
That's a
now.
fact, B.
So
That's a fact.
Yeah, he doesn't. He does.
He not trying to catch a bad one, yo. What the fuck?
No, now wait. There's more. And they proceed. He gives her. He has his bank card because at certain banks, how you get access to your account, even with the teller, is they have the little thing. You gotta put your card in. You gotta put your PIN number in.
Yeah.
So he has his bank card. He puts his PIN number in. He has his ID. She gives her the ID. There's a 911 call. I don't know exactly where it is, but I heard it.
Before you continue, by the way, back when I was robbing banks with BCGz and shit, we typically didn't slide our bank card and ID and PIN number and shit.
No,
to the teller.
No,
that's not typically what happened.
No, that just doesn't really help your cause. So there's a phone call out there. The 911 phone call is out there somewhere. I couldn't find it this morning, but I heard it. She says something to the effect of the guy's being suspicious. All right, so I can actually give you that. It's a black woman. Mm-hmm. So I want to put that out there for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. I can give you that. I can give you him being suspicious because I've observed him doing things.
Yeah, that's what you do to rob.
Because I've observed him doing things, and he seems to have a lot of social anxiety.
Yeah.
So
that might be true, but to me, what overrides that is your bank card.
No. Hold up. I'm going piece by piece.
Okay.
I'm going piece by piece. She said he's acting suspicious. I'll grant you that. Mm-hmm. I'll absolutely grant you that. The next piece is, first of all, you're likely not going to have that in your drawer. No. You're not going to just have $12,000 in your drawer. No, not likely. You're going to have to go talk to a manager. Or something.
Everybody is not adequate. We're just
You're stupid. So she went and she talked to the manager. This is according to her own words. Apparently, the manager asked if he showed his ID. Now, this is where she begins to fuck up. Because like I said, I wouldn't have necessarily taken him as acting weird, but I get why she could. Mm-hmm. But this is where she royally fucked up. Did he give you his ID? Yeah, but I didn't look at the name. She further says on the police call, something to the effect of my manager told me to.
Hold on. Joe says, don't all robbers rob banks they do business with and give the teller something they can identify themselves? I mean,
yeah, that's protocol. That's protocol. Yeah. So he went. So she said the manager told her to call 911. Is what she said on the.
So now I'm blaming the manager.
Oh, absolutely.
Because if I was a manager, she came to me and said. And I asked her about his ID, and she said, "Yeah, but I didn't read it." I'm looking at her like, "Why?"
Facts. Yeah. For what reason? What good reason did you have?
Yeah.
On the other side of that bulletproof glass, where he's not brandishing a weapon. What other reason did you have? And he hands you an ID.
Oh, now I get it.
Well, here's why she didn't. Here's why she didn't read it. I'm not saying it's a good reason, but. It was an out-of-state ID. That raised a flag for her.
Oh, because people don't go see. Yo,
absolutely.
I just got a headache. So people don't go to their branch bank when they're out. They don't do that. They don't do that.
I don't know. I'll tell you. I'll be honest. I never have.
Well, that's because you don't go to a ATM.
Well, no. It's because I don't need cash. Usually,
I usually don't because I don't have it. But
not true.
Shut up. But look,
not like this. Not like this.
Yo, listen. I get it now. See, when she saw the Social Security card, she saw the number. She mistook the number on the card for the number on the serial number on the gun that he didn't have. Fuck. What he was going to do? He's threatening you with paper cuts? You dumb son of a.
Yo. So now we get to the officers. Sir,
You tell who Jesse James about this one.
sir, why are you approaching him from behind? The first thing you do is grab your gun?
Yo, that was a crazy bar, yo.
Mind you, again, he's standing, not
He's
brandishing a weapon.
Trigonometry.
That's funny. He's not brandishing a weapon.
He don't have weapon to first, B.
There was a police officer on the other side of him with a vantage point of his hands, and nothing had been said to him at this point. Then the other police officer, not the one in the back, the one in front of him, says something to him. He gets his attention. They start a discourse. He hears the gun being removed from the holster.
Yeah. Nigga, I heard it.
Right. That's not how this is supposed to. So, to the little bit of credit of the officers, that as far as what we saw, that ended how it was supposed to end.
Right.
But
I gotta say,
if it's me,
no,
she is fired.
yes,
The manager is fired. That police officer
pulled his gun out.
He's fired.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Fuck all three of you.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. Like the reality is, what I got, the vibe I got from that cop that pulled his gun out is he's a one time. He's the guy that fucking gun has stayed in his holster his entire career, right? And he's been itching to pull that shit out of the incident because the way he pulled up, finally. Daddy spending time.
Hear it now.
You know what I'm saying? Oh, I knew this day would come.
Yo, he pulled out the gun.
Yeah, like he did the twerk. He did the twerk on these niggas. I'm proud. I've been watching battle rap all this time. Now I'm getting to do the twerk on it.
So, bro. And if I'm not mistaken, my eyes aren't
bigger nine.
Bigger nine. Why do you need a bigger nine? Anyway, my eyes aren't the best.
Mine either.
I think it looks like that was the black cop.
Yeah. Oh,
you're not
bugging. That wasn't a negative. Listen. I am so glad that was pointed out because this is something we've said on the show for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
You keep making it about white cop, black civilian. And what we're saying to you is the problem is systemic.
Yeah.
It's not just the white cops.
No.
It's all of them because they're in this system.
Mm-hmm.
And on a broader view, they live in a society that has taught them certain types of shorthand when it comes to demographics. There's a certain expectation they've been taught to have when they see 6'1", 240-pound me with the bald head and goatee, as opposed to somebody else. And that doesn't have anything to do with color. That, as far as on the cop side, a cop is a cop is a cop is a cop.
Facts. And let me be clear. Again, the 911 call was released.
Mm-hmm.
She was not frantic.
Mm-hmm.
She did not display that she felt like she was in danger.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, I could excuse an ignorant person calling the police in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it's right, but she did not dress it up. She did not exaggerate about it.
Yeah.
She told the truth. She even told the fucking people that she didn't look at the eye. Like, come on.
Right.
So there was no reason for you to be approaching this situation with gun drawn.
Yeah, none.
Literally, like I said,
she ain't say
911 call.
Got an AK,
right?
He ain't do nothing. She ain't do
from
nothing.
The 911 call. There was no reason to be urgent, in that way.
Right.
From being on the scene, again, your partner is on the other side of him. Your partner has a vantage point.
Right. And a drop on for real.
I don't know if any of the other officers pulled their weapon, but I know he did. The one that was behind the suspect.
Yeah.
Pulled
it might
his
be
gun.
something we overlooking though, bro. That cop could have watched John Wick and figured, or Jason Bourne, and figured that my man Ryan Coogler had the ability to disarm him, beat him down, and get the fuck up out of there. You know, it's so funny. They treated him like he walked in there with a Joker mask. What is wrong? What is wrong with y'all? Seriously.
Yo, here's the thing. The advantage of a firearm is that it's a ranged weapon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why are you approaching
close
this
up
man from behind?
Then pulling the gun. Yeah, it's
right.
It's a crazy bar, yo. All of that shit is crazy, yo.
Like what?
All that shit is crazy.
What could have possibly, jokes aside, been going through your mind?
Yeah, what was the threat?
Yeah, what made you feel like this is the time to pull my gun out? Like, and then the craziest thing was, it wasn't an issue of compliance, right? Because as soon as he heard the gun,
they treated him like he walked in there impersonating Michael B. Jordan when he was.
I mean, he directs Michael B. Jordan all the time.
Oh, so yeah,
literally Fruitvale, Creed, and Black Panther. I mean,
yeah, but he thought it was that scene in the museum in the Louvre,
right?
In Black Panther. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that 20,000 off your hands.
Pump said I'd sue Bank of America and make it Bank of Wakanda.
Facts!
Yo, listen,
Facts.
But when he hears the gun, he immediately puts his hands behind his back.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh no, he did right.
Yeah. He's from Oakland, yo.
Right.
Like, listen.
You already know.
When you hear one thing, you mentioned it earlier. When you hear Ryan Coogler speak, Ryan Coogler, a hood dude. He a hood dude, and he know what they'll do.
Facts.
You know, Oakland is the home of the Black Panthers, the original Black Panthers. They know what them cops was around there doing. They still around there doing. So he wasn't taking no chance. He like, yo, I'm one of the most brightest stars in filmmaking in the last 20 years. Y'all not stopping my run on some bullshit.
Right.
Y'all not stopping my run on some bullshit.
Right.
It's not happening.
Like, what the fuck, bro? Like, I've tried so long. I've purposely gone out of my way to not have things for us to fuss about on the fucking show.
Sometimes you got
and then something like this happens.
Sometimes you got to, you know why? Because the name of what the show is. Like, we talked about Ryan Coogler on this show. We talked about his movie on this show. Like, this is that is such a violation that you notice. Trust me, if Mitt Romney walked in that bitch, and I'm not talking about Mitt Romney as a known senator, I mean just a rich white guy walked in there. Mitt Romney walked in there and slid them a note and said, with what was said on that note, there would have been no call to nobody. It would have been like, oh yeah, wealthy man. It's some shit happening in the city. He wants to be discreet with his. He gave your bank card and your ID and your PIN number. There would have been no, bro. There would no. Because why would somebody?
It was Bank of America. Yo, Palm, said Oakland is the home of the original Black Panthers and the director of Black Panther. That's a Circle of Life bar. Facts.
Like, yo, it's one thing, man. Like, she could have possibly got away with it
if it wasn't for those pesky kids. Oh,
if it wasn't for that pesky bank card ID,
right, nigga. Like, what are you? What? And I saw something about this, and the lady was like, "My outrage aside, why the fuck did you care? Banks are federally insured. You literally did everything you were supposed to do. Yeah. Let's say you didn't call the police, right?
Right.
Let's cut that part out.
Right.
And you went through with it and got that man his money. Guess what that would have meant? You did literally everything you were supposed to do by the book.
Right.
By the book.
He
asked for money. You asked for identification.
He gave you his credentials.
He gave you his credentials. You went and talked to your manager because it was a larger amount than you're usually used to giving out. Your manager said, okay, got the money. You come back, you give him the money, he dips out. You did nothing wrong. In the event, here's the other thing.
In the event he was shamming and he wasn't who he said he was,
right.
You still did everything you were supposed to
do.
You
did what you were supposed to do. When you felt a way about it, you went to talk to your manager.
You did everything
that absolves you. Whatever your manager tells you to do. Now, in this case, your manager told you to call 911. Fucking dumb.
Right.
But whatever, generally,
Bowflex said, now you're a clown instead. Right.
Now, generally, whatever your manager tells you to do will absolve you from getting fired.
Yes.
Unfortunately for you, you had a dumbass manager. So your manager got you fired.
Clown shoes.
I'm not 100% sure that she's been fired, but he put out a statement, something to the effect of, I've talked to Bank of America. They did what they did to my satisfaction.
I saw that.
Or something to that effect. Okay. So I'm assuming she's gone. I'm assuming both of them are gone for real.
She's
because remember what the first thing he started saying when he was talking when they were outside was, "I want to know who called."
Yeah.
And the police officer was like, sir, the call came from Bank of America. No shit, Sherlock.
No, who specifically made
who called the police on
didn't call, somebody called.
Right. Who the fuck called the police? Yes, absolutely. Do you understand my perspective? I get y'all were called. Sure, fine.
I still don't
understand what I'm saying.
Him with the gun.
No, fuck
That's
him.
Crazy. That was crazy.
Fuck him. Like, why the fuck? That's a weird bar. Like, the man is not doing anything. He's standing there waiting for his money.
If he was Mitt Romney, if he was Donald Trump Jr., if he was any white male that had walked in that store, in that bank, with his credentials and that note, and even the face mask because COVID,
right?
That wouldn't have went like that. That wouldn't have went like that. But it's the shorthand, bro. It's the shorthand.
Funny enough, I kind of wonder. I don't know how petty this is. I wonder if he went back in there. Because he obviously went to the bank for a reason, right?
This motherfucking money.
But they didn't give him the money because he left in cuffs. So I wonder if he went back in there or if he found it. Or if he found another Bank of America. I would have went right back in that same one.
I'd have went back in that same Bank of America.
Hell yeah.
I'd have got my money. And then before I left, I'd have been like, Wakanda forever. And what the fuck about it?
Thanks. All right, hold up. Discord. I would argue that if I had to guess, the answer is no. They did not pay him off because, number one, he's Ryan fucking Coogler.
Yeah, he got bread.
I'm fairly certain. And if you listen to how listen to how he's talking, it's not about money.
Oh, it's about what they did.
He needs to be made whole in some way. And it ain't money. Money ain't the restitution for him.
He fell away. See, this is the other thing people don't seem to get. When things like this take place, and dare I say on this show, and probably people that might be listening later on have had these situations, we gotta wear that shit. We gotta hold that shit right up in here, knowing that at any given moment, our life could have been taken, or our freedom could have been taken on some bullshit. That shit that wouldn't have happened but for identity. But wouldn't have happened but for that. And we gotta wear it and we gotta eat it. I said this before. My grandfather had to hold his tongue. His father had to hold his tongue. If I got to still hold my tongue in 2022 when some bullshit went on like that, what are we even doing?
Right.
What are we even doing?
Facts. That's what I'm saying. Like, his net worth appears to be 25 million. I don't think the only way I'm accepting the idea of him being paid off is had he gone through with suing them.
Right.
If he had gone through with suing them, I could see him settling with them out of court. But for it to be the way that it was, something happened that was egregious, and it fell at the blame of their company. I'm fairly certain he went through whatever he had to go through to get in touch with whoever he had to get in touch with, and said, "Hey, I need these people gone." Facts.
Like I'd have had Disney calling them,
Facts.
Disney lawyers
Without
calling them. With the,
no. I'd have Feige.
Feige,
Listen. Call these. Come on,
Feige.
take care of that.
Called it with a threat. I can see Feige now. Motherfucker, you know how many superheroes I got in my life? Play stupid. I have the Hulk come down. Play stupid. What are you talking about? You saw Winter Soldier. Cap will beat your ass. You said I had Chris Evans come down. This mother. We just signed Mahershala Ali. Where the fuck you in here? Like, I know Scarlett Johansson sued us, but that's business. We her cool.
Yeah.
Come down here and put hands and feet on you in here. What?
Yo. It's a goddamn shame. And
it is a shame.
It's sad. It's sad. Like, obviously it's hyped up because it's somebody famous, right? Clearly. Yeah. But come on now.
See, my thing is like the reason is pumped up a lot, right? Is because of who this happened to. That's not to say that this doesn't happen. And the lesson is it don't matter who you are. It don't matter what you have or what you've done, right? Like situation like I remember when Chris Rock was getting stopped a lot, so much so that what he started doing was when he got stopped, he would live stream on Twitter and just let it play.
Yep.
That's Chris motherfucking Rock.
Right. He actually made a joke about that. He said, yeah, I'm Chris Rock, but only once you get to a certain distance.
Exactly.
He said before that, they're walking like nigga. Oh, Chris Rock.
We talking Chris Rock's a billionaire. We're talking Chris Rock. We ain't talking about Easy the Block Captain.
No.
Even though they favor. We talking about
they absolutely do. It's crazy. It's uncanny.
So crazy, yo. Even the voice is really crazy.
Right.
But we talking about Chris Rock, yo, who is a national treasure.
Yeah.
And that's what happened. So it's one of these things, man. Like again, what August said, he says, so sick of hearing, but there are black cops, but Candace Owens. But I have black friends that agree with me. First of all, no, you don't. And if they do, they don't speak for all black people. Correct. And again, it's like I said, this is about a system thing. And as somebody that grew up and spent most of my life living in the black community, I'm here to tell you now that system doesn't just affect white people that work in that system. That system also affects black people that work in that system and any other ethnic group people that work in that system. Because there are protocols and there are there's pieces of shorthand that we learn in society about certain demographic groups, certain things that we all can just rattle off stereotypes for every single fucking group. And those things play. And also when you're incentivized, my sister Marissa said earlier, when you're incentivized, right, to do that, because there are societal rewards for being that, for reacting that way. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, of course, that's to be expected. And the other problem is the people here don't want to have the conversations we need to have. Instead, they want to ban books. They want to ban conversations from being had. There's certain conversations. In order for this to get fixed, those conversations at least have to start.
Right.
Because you're scared to have that, because people don't want to be made to feel guilty. I don't know why you would feel guilty when you wasn't the one there, or unless you're identifying with a certain thought process that they are. I don't know why you're feeling guilty. But until that happens,
absolutely you did, Mike.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you mind the nigga?
Am I? Let me see. Am I?
Yeah, check that out. Check that out. Make sure it's important. It's important. I need you. I'm not saying you won't. I'm not saying you're not.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure is the time. I'm looking, because you got to go and you got to check this thing. Oh no, I'm not.
Okay. All right.
and
All right.
I'm minding mine. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Well, shit.
Yeah, this is deplorable.
It is. It is.
Absolutely fucking.
And I would say this has to stop. Remember, what's Addie's catchphrase on the show?
Stop playing.
I'm gonna stop playing with me. And what do we always say? That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen.
So it's certain decisions that have to be made. You know, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but there's certain decisions that black people have to make about certain time. Like you can choose to stay, but just know you got to fight on your hands.
This is life.
This is life. This is life.
Like this is reality. Unfortunately,
it was time to change that. For 100 years, long at the fuck, long at 20 years, nigga. It's a long ass time.
The idea that black people can't be a part of this problem is fucking ridiculous.
It's one of the reasons. It's one of the problems that keeps it a problem.
Right.
The idea that it's that they're putting this narrative that it's only white people that can hold on to those stereotypes about black people. That's not true. That's not fucking true.
Right.
And anybody that's had to deal with a black cop on that bullshit, you know that's not true. I remember me and my friends would be sitting on our steps, right? And this one cop used to come by every fucking day, and he looked like Charles Dutton from the show Rock. And he would pull up, stop in front of us, and go, "Y'all think y'all slick? Y'all think y'all got it going on? I'm gonna get you." And then sometimes he would come up, make us come up out the porch, lift the shirts up, and turn around and shit. Now I found out later why he was doing all that shit.
Mm.
But to him, we all looked alike, and he one of us. We all looked alike because it was people on my porch late at night doing things. You know what I'm saying? So all of them. That's all of them. That's all of them over there doing it. That mentality, man. Like that's not exclusive to white people.
Nah,
it's
dude.
Not. It's just not. It's just not.
And even still with this video, you saw it. It was the black officer.
Black officer. Oh, the black officer.
Black teller.
Black teller.
Yeah. It's what happened.
That's what it is.
We got the evidence. Now, all right. So I just want to address this lightly.
Mm-hmm.
The point that I'm making is not that this happened because he's black.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be excluded, though.
No, yeah, I don't see a world where a wealthy white person walks in there and does that exact same thing with bank card, ID, and PIN number.
Yeah,
and of course, mask in a pandemic.
Right.
Like I don't see a world if someone can show me an example of that.
Right.
Then I'll put that out of the realm possibility.
Yeah, no, you can't exclude. Yeah, I'd be a fool to exclude that.
Yeah.
Whatever the deep dive of it is,
right?
It's related to it's related to him being black. Right. Like I said again, I 100% can see an argument for her legitimately feeling like he was acting weird, because again, I've heard him speak.
Yeah, but like I told you, him being weird is one thing.
It doesn't override him having ID.
Him having ID.
Here's the thing. I meant to say this earlier. How many times, hypothetically, allegedly, how many times did you rob somebody and before you left or let them leave, say, "Hey man, let me get your PIN number and your ID"? Generally, if you end up with somebody's card, you don't have their PIN number necessarily,
right?
Unless they gave it to you,
right?
So, like, what do we? No, nothing about that scenario. Like I said, I'm not saying it happened because he's black, but I can't find another connection.
Yeah, and also we need to stop being scared to say it. See, this is the other thing. They got us trained like a motherfucker. We double dutch. There are times where it's actually questionable. Like, I don't know if that. But when you see something that is, it's like, so do I still gotta hold my tongue? Do I still gotta? It's 2022. You're telling me my mom had to do it, her mom. I still gotta do it. I still gotta say, no, that's not what it is. It couldn't be what it is. I still gotta do that in 2022. I still gotta say that. So if that's the case, then why am I here?
Yeah.
I got a passport, bitch. Why am I here?
Facts.
And then you can't.
Yo, Pump said they also needed a blood test, 23andMe, social security number, and a negative COVID test.
Yo, like I gotta say, man, some of the things that we have to do, the hurdles that we have to do in the conversation, just to make people feel fucking comfortable, is crazy.
He does not code switch. That's not something that he does.
He's not one of them. He's not like he's not comfortable. You can see he has some sort of anxiety. He's not comfortable, so he's gonna be who he's gonna be. That's his default.
Imagine going to the bank thinking like, all right, my number one objective is getting this money. My number two objective is not getting robbed with this money.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you're worried about. And you leave the bank in handcuffs.
Facts.
That's wild.
Yo, listen what Big Mike said. He said, okay, I know it's bringing not good shit up, but when he lost his finger, he got a $20,000 settlement. He went to the bank looking like I was straight out the motherfucking Matrix, but I'm 6'6" and 300 pounds. I was pulling out $5K, granted, not $15K. It was just another day. Again, most of you have not met Mike, have not seen Mike. I've seen Mike. I've been around Mike, a big motherfucker. All right. If he can walk and snatch a few grand up out of that bitch and don't nobody say nothing, there's an issue. There's an issue. An issue. Come on, man. Come on. And since if we talk about it, we all kinds of names. We pot stirring. But meanwhile, it's our lives.
Facts.
It's our fucking lives.
Fuck what you call me.
So fuck that. And if we got to do that in 2022, if I still got to tiptoe around some shit that's a threat to my life, my kids' life, I'll kill all these motherfuckers for them. So if I still got to do that in 2022, what the fuck am I here for? What the fuck am I here for? And it's funny because simultaneously the same people telling us not to talk about that are the same ones I hate crying about freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Same motherfuckers. Miss me with that. Miss me with that. Not trying to hear.
It's all stupid.
That nigga from Napalm Facts. That nigga from Oakland.
Right.
From Oakland.
That shit
Ask somebody. Ask
that
somebody.
Shit everywhere.
Right.
Everywhere he go, Oakland with him.
Facts. Ask somebody.
There's nothing he can like. Yeah, come on now. There's nothing. He can't hide it if he tried.
Nah, it's not in him.
It's right there. Yeah, it's right there.
It's right there. Yo, the first interview I saw him in,
bruh,
it was right there. He was right
there.
No,
I ain't gonna hold you. The first interview I saw of him ever, I was like, yo, fuck this nigga talk like that. And then I thought about it. I was like, oh yeah.
This a fact right here, yo. It's like
right. That was my thought. I was like, okay, Marshawn Lynch. I was like, yeah.
Facts.
That's what it is. And Marcus Peters. And Marcus Peters also,
It's on him.
It's heavy.
Some of us can code switch really good, and others of us cannot.
Yeah.
You cannot. The fact that you have to is another
ass.
conversation.
Super trash.
That's another conversation.
It's funny. It's funny. That's one of the very small silver linings of this goddamn pandemic.
Facts.
Because I do code switch, not to the extreme, but it exists. Yeah, it exists.
You want to live,
but I also walk around with a mask on that says I'm addicted to black.
Facts. But code switching is less about you being less black and more about you being conscious of the fact.
Facts. Absolutely.
Like it's certain things that I know I can't do in public.
Right.
Because of how it will be perceived by people who would seek then to take me away from my family.
I was surprised that I was able to get away with the mask.
Facts. Because
the only one person has said anything to me about it being about race, and that was another black man.
Black person. Mm-hmm. And again, when I was younger, I gave no fucks. When I was younger, I'd walk the street, long full length leather coat, do-rag, sunglasses, black gloves on. Fuck these niggas.
Right.
As I got older, I started saying you're putting yourself in a position you don't necessarily have to be in. Of course, that was after some jail time. But what I'm saying is you're putting yourself in a position like for that shorthand to bite you in the ass. You could literally be on your way to work.
Right.
But if in your travels, you live in Baltimore, in your travels, shit be happening.
Should be happening.
And you're in the area and you look like their fears.
I fit the description.
You look like the sum of their fears right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, B, it's not smart. It's not smart.
This is why Obama didn't do more than he did. He'd have been killed. Well, we don't got enough time to really get into this. But what I will say is, I don't know if I would attribute that more to it or the fact that he grew up in Hawaii.
And also the fact that Obama's got some very super moderate leaning right, almost some of his stuff, not all right, but some of his stuff is that. He
is black in genus.
Yeah,
he is not. He did not grow up with a shared experience.
He don't have
so no, I'm not.
He might not see something, but I will say this: if they killed Golden Boy Kennedy, they'd kill him too. We not
facts.
even
Facts. Without question,
killed Golden Boy, they'd kill him too. But
no, for all the defense of him, he's a black man.
Yeah.
For all the excuse for him, nah, B.
Nah.
Nah.
But yeah, I think that's it. This was a fun show. You know, we was fussing.
Sometimes you gotta fuss into the show on that note, yo.
Sometimes you gotta fuss, yo.
It is what it is, man.
You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta fuss.
What it is.
I want to thank everybody once again for joining us this Saturday. Also, special shout out to my man Addy. He should be back next week. You know what I'm saying?
Who knows? Roller coaster.
Also, special shout out to my man Jay the Nerd who popped into the stream. Appreciate that. Speaking of him, if you are interested, go check out the Jay the Nerd channel. He does a celebrity gossip beat and so much more than that on that channel. So you want to go check it out. He's very entertaining. His commentary it gives you some food for thought sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and check that shit out. Also, don't forget the Metas and Mutants podcast with me and my man Super Side Guy.
Cyrus the
Virus. And of course, please do remember that we do have extra merch now. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't get a chance to do the pre-order thing or anything like that for a shirt or a hoodie or whatever, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
What's wrong?
You was talking about it. God damn, we was talking about in the show on a low note.
Another low note? Somebody passed?
No. But X's son, his youngest son, Exodus, who the album was named after.
Yeah.
He's 5. He has stage 3 chronic kidney disease.
Oh, yo, how?
That's crazy.
He's 5. How?
He's 5. Stage 3 chronic kidney disease. But apparently he's stable. So.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, Napalm called this nigga Geese Lightning.
Yo, come on now.
Yo, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy, man. So yeah, we're gonna give him our thoughts before we leave.
Yeah, facts.
That's
God, a 5-year-old that just lost his father.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
Mm.
But anyway, for my man SPJ,
You.
I am Tombstone the Dead Man, and for the greater multi-world entertainment family, we are out.
Peace.